Oops.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
See, I'm not going to do that.
You better be careful.
I'm going to try. I need more shit than I'm already going to get.
You think you'll get in trouble?
For what?
I don't know. What are you doing wrong right now? Nothing?
He said, watch out and not knock anything over. And I said, I'm already going to get enough shit on the podcast as it is.
That's good.
It's rolling?
We live.
Yeah.
Sweet. Hey, you've been waiting on this for a long time, right?
Right? Almost as long as you have.
This is going to be a fun one.
Huh?
It's going to be a fun one.
I think so.
I feel like you're nervous.
He's nervous.
I mean,
So first
You gotta
first
talk
rule
into the mic.
of podcasts, you have to talk into the mic. So if you go back, just do this. Just bring it with you.
I like it.
Yeah.
My first one.
It's fancy. Well, I brought you right into the big leagues, you know, because we have the Cold Snack podcast that we kind of vet people on.
Right.
I'm throwing you in, Coach, or Coach is putting you in. That's what it is. Yeah.
Put him in, Coach.
Put him in, Coach.
Jace's skeet rag.
Yeah, for the beer on the table.
You can just ash into it.
Okay.
Oh,
I'm trying
never
to start
mind.
a fire.
Well, shit, dudes. Thanks for coming to the camp out. It's camp out week.
Man, we're both excited.
Yeah. You had so much fun at Down South Camp Out. You were all on board, 100%.
For 100%, yeah. And
Yeah.
that was a lot of that had to do with a lot of that had to do with all the Texas boys that came. Really,
Yeah.
I'd been to a few different rides and in a few different areas, but the Texas boys I seem to kind of gel with. The
Yeah.
most. Not that I don't love
Yeah.
everybody that I've met, most everybody that I've met. You know, like Lonnie's from Minnesota. Who would have thought? You know.
Well, I'll be honest with you, man. I wholeheartedly regret not being in Daytona this year. I think that I willed it into existence to be a good time for everybody, though, because the last time I went, it sucked.
Funny, I felt the same way about
Yeah.
myself. You know what I mean? I thought,
It they're obviously with everybody, like all you guys being in Daytona, it's going to be a good time. Because when I went to Daytona last time, I didn't know Monty, I didn't know Kyle, I didn't know a lot of people. It was just me, Jetty, and then the Lucky Strike guys. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So we were kind of like and you know what I mean. So we didn't have enough people to like just feel like this is our party now. Like we felt we were part of somebody else's shit.
right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like I said, I was telling them outside. So when I went to my first Daytona with the bike, was 2020, right? 2020. There was the hardcore cycle show. There was me. There was Lucky Strike. Monty had his bike, but somebody had knocked it over.
Yeah.
Steve Youngkin, and one or two other guys. Straight Up Tony was there. That was it. Maybe 5 or 6 of us. And this year, there's probably
There's so many bikes.
200.
I don't know. There's
Maybe
a lot.
more of performance baggers. So you go from 7 guys
Yeah.
to, and you know all those guys, to so many people. There's no way you can talk to everybody.
Where the hell did this bike come from?
Yeah.
Haven't seen it on Instagram. Haven't seen, you know what I mean? Just different.
Well, it's
vibe.
fun watching it grow that big.
It is.
You know? And I mean, shit, all the dudes I've been getting tagged in that are on their way now to the camp out, like performance baggers that I haven't even seen yet. You know what I mean? Like as far as like big ones and shit. And I'm like, it's gonna be dude. I'm fucking stoked, man. Like I really am. Like just having you here at the camp out, and you and
I only came
instead
because
of having
of him.
Kyle. Yeah, obviously. But like Kyle and all those dudes.
But he had no choice. He had
Yeah.
to come because it was a mutual agreement.
Well, they wouldn't fit his bike on an airplane.
No, he couldn't. Yeah.
So
we tried to put a handle on that thing in so many different ways so he could carry it onto the airplane with
yeah,
him.
they
But
wouldn't let me.
Yeah.
No, but I don't know, man. I'm just stoked that you guys are here. It's a good time, you know, for real. But I mean, fuck, we still got 2 nights before the camp out, and
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to be any lighter than it's going to be at the camp
No,
out.
I mean, I plan on going full blast.
Yeah.
Maybe this time you can keep up.
You think you'll kill somebody?
No, I'm done doing that.
Okay.
Depends, really, but I think for the most part, I'm done doing that. But I do want to
Since
outdrink you
yesterday.
again.
Again?
Again.
I don't remember the first time.
When I say again, I don't mean just one time. I mean several times.
I don't recall any of these times, to be completely honest.
Yeah.
When was the first time you outdrank me?
The first time I ever saw you, which is down south Campout. And then the second time I ever outdrank you was the second time that I saw you, and that was in Lakeland. We were in Lakeland.
I thought I went pretty
The
pretty
third
hard.
time is today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In fact,
Yeah.
why don't we open up that and have a sip?
Blue Label?
You ever had that?
No.
That's pretty good.
Pretty good.
I think so. It was like 3/4 of a bottle, but I think a little bit
Evaporated?
That was that was off the balcony deal yesterday. When we poured it into the dude's eyes.
Guy was like, "Give us a shot." So Monty took the Blue Label and just poured it over and just
Well, first of all, he didn't believe we had Blue Label,
right.
and then I was like, "No, it's right here," and he's like, "Oh, like you want a shot?" He's like, "Yeah."
So what's the difference between Blue Label and a regular Johnny Walker?
About $170.
Taste it and see why.
We get it. We get it.
Don't.
We get it.
Only Justin gets to say that. You'll see why.
That's smooth, dude.
Right?
Huh?
Yeah.
Mix it with a little bit of water.
You better be careful.
Perfect.
He'll get you going on this. Like next thing you know,
I
it's
gotta
gonna be
ride.
Like, where?
Yeah.
When? Thursday?
Oh, we
Tonight.
gotta drink that bottle on this podcast.
No, I can't do all that.
See what I mean? Here we go. Here's time number 3 already, right? Fucking tap out.
Every time
already.
I get drunk on here, I start talking about women, dude. I can't do that shit anymore.
Yeah, you shouldn't do that.
I have to censor myself, bro.
Misogynistic fucker.
As I just let another chick come on the podcast. Does that sound like that? Even sounds sexist, right? I let another chick come on the podcast.
Let. Yeah, the word let.
I don't know what to do, man. It's What do you, dude? What are you doing? Like, are you keeping the bagger? You keeping the Dyna? Or
I'm keeping the bagger.
All right, getting rid of the Dyna.
I don't have to get rid of the Dyna.
Just raffle it, bro.
I thought about it.
That's probably the safest bet to get your money out of it.
Yeah, it's gonna be. I mean, otherwise it'd be hard to get your money out of it. You know what I mean?
Well, just like an acceptable loss.
Yeah, exactly. And like I said, rather than accept a loss, I'll just keep it.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean?
It's a bad motherfucker.
It is bad.
Mm-hmm.
It is bad. It's I think it only has. I don't even think it has 1,200 miles on it. But it's most of the time it's.
You gotta say it closer to the mic
Sorry,
so that everybody can hear that bullshit.
fucking guy. I don't think it even had. The only person that's really ridden it hard was Justin. So Justin flew in from Arkansas. My machinist flew in from Arkansas to Jacksonville.
Yeah.
And he rode from Jacksonville with us to Daytona, which is like a 90-mile.
Yeah.
It's a long way for me. So
Had to take some Advil and shit.
yeah, even Justin was like, yeah, that's the fastest. My brother said it was the fastest motorcycle he'd ever ridden.
Yeah.
And he's they come from both Justin and David
Sport bikes, yeah.
sport bike world.
It's got to be a fucking ripper. I mean, 143 and a Dyna chassis, lightweight parts all over it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and the idea was I didn't know I was gonna. I guess when I first started building it, I didn't know I was going to put the 143 in it. And I thought, I'll just build this to keep the miles off the big bike.
Yeah.
And I'll just rip back and forth to work, which is not far. And, yeah, it doesn't like slow riding. It wants to go 100 plus all the time.
Feels like it's lugging at 3,000 RPMs. Like,
Yeah. So I'm thinking about how much better I can ride it than I can the bigger bike. It's easier to throw around, and but
Is that, or you're just scared of it?
I'm not scared of the bike. Scared of the bike? Well, I'm not scared of the bike. If I crash on it, I crash on it. But I will be honest. It did scare me one time. So outside of my house is a highway, and I can rip it down the highway at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning when there's nobody out. And I got on it. I didn't have a helmet on or anything, but I got on it. I just wanted to run it for a minute.
yeah.
And then I just said, fuck it, and tried to go as fast as I could stand it. and I had that, I don't know, just for a split second, the whole ass end.
Yeah.
Just for a split second, but it felt like, you know, 5 fucking minutes. It felt like I was doing this. That's the only time it scared me. But anyway, so watching Justin do wheelies on it down the highway, and then we're running through traffic pretty fast, believe it or not, and I'm trying to keep up with those fools. We're all going about 120. And it's all I can.
Kilometers.
It's all I can do. It's all I can do to keep up with Justin, my brother, who's in front of him.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm gripping, holding on. My fucking helmet's shaking, and the glove box on the fairing, as you might remember, didn't have the female end for the pin. So it's never been fixed. So I just put a piece of clear tape on it, and when Justin got on it, he was like, "Oh man, we don't need any clear tape. I'm gonna get some double-sided tape." So he stopped and got a little piece of double-sided tape, and it fell off in the first, 5 minutes of our ride. So we're cutting through this little spot between 2 semis. I'm pushing it. I can barely see. I'm old. I can't fucking see. So we get through the semis. We're all going about 120, and I look down, and Justin's literally holding the glove box with one hand, cruising through the semis. It's all I could do to push through them. So,
Well, Justin's a badass.
yeah, he is. Maybe you and Justin can race.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely have already done that with Justin, and
I'll just let him borrow my bike.
that's fine. I mean, Justin can jump on your bike. He can actually, if there was a way to combine all the bikes out there and make one, then I would race that and ultimately
Really?
come out top. Yeah, that's how that usually works.
I mean, I guess, you know what? I guess you deserve to talk the shit. You're the first one to really have the 131. It's not going to last, though, for very many months more.
Oh, really?
Everybody will have one.
Oh, well, yeah, they'll have one because I don't know if you heard this, but I'm an influencer.
Is that? I have heard that.
Yeah, so when I do things, people tend to want to do it as well.
I think between the two of us, we have like 43,000 followers. Right?
I feel like I'm responsible for at least 1,000 of yours.
I wouldn't.
He doesn't even have 1,000 followers.
No,
What,
he fucking
did you get
does,
1,000?
dude.
Whoa,
After
whoa,
the
fella, you better check yours and check mine.
I'm at like 3 something. Okay.
So
You
we
got
left
a few hundred
Lakeland.
more.
We left Lakeland. This dude's like, I shot his bike down there. It's dope photos. Actually, the most liked photo I've ever put on Instagram.
Are these the ones that he did the sponsored ads with? Because those are going all over
Yeah.
Instagram.
It's funny because when I did that,
he said something to me. He's like,
I got shit for it. I didn't know that everybody would know. You know what I mean? Damn.
it says sponsored on it.
Well, I didn't know.
Yeah, it was funny though.
Everybody knew.
Yeah, Christine Lowe
Look
called
at this
me
guy
out on
trying
it.
to buy followers.
Yeah.
There's like pages you can go follow and people just.
Well, but not yours because yours isn't that fucking popular. Maybe Jace's. though.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
what was funny was
How many followers did you buy?
buy. I've never bought any.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's why it's been a slow grow. Like I've only. The only reason I got my followers is because
You're an influencer.
that is 90% of it. But when repost pages were kind of fresh and new back in the day, it wasn't like everybody.
Influencers in the wild.
Yeah, that's probably going to
reposted
be the
you
next help.
Constantly, right? Look at that.
I can't. I'm not doing that all night.
Why?
Cause man, this is a marathon. This is a marathon.
Oh. Okay.
You know, you can't just come in here and spend all your money at the first lap dance that's in the place. You gotta like spread that shit out, dude.
You're passing out
Who's
quarters.
getting lap dances?
A quarter per dance.
Yeah.
A lap dance.
Yeah, because I'm broke.
You said it's about stretching it out. So.
Yeah, I didn't mean that far. Like breaking it into actual metal. But no, yeah, back in the day, like that was the only way you could really get followers was to have someone repost you that had a repost page. And then when I started fucking with Paint Huffer and then like Simpson, like they already had big followings and they're reposting my stuff. So it just kind of perpetuates over time. Other than that, like, I mean, other than buying followers or you do some crazy shit that goes viral, like there's no real way to grow fast. You know what I mean?
No, I mean, I didn't realize that everybody could see it. And it was an ad that popped up.
I thought it was funny. I thought it was all for a joke, though.
No, it was serious.
I gave you an out,
Serious
dude.
fucking guy. Fuck it.
But yeah, so what do you? I mean, you're already like an influencer of the bail bonds world. Like, why do you need to be one on the motorcycle
I
world?
don't want to be an influencer. Like I said, it was, you know, the whole. Go ahead.
You just wanted to be able to like sit at the big boys table with all the followers, right?
Well, I mean, I'm the biggest guy in the fucking room, so I make it the big boy fucking table. First of all,
Okay, all right.
No, I don't know. I guess I'm lucky that a few of my friends are influencers. I hate fucking saying that to you.
All right, well, all right. Well, no, it's actually, having a lot of followers doesn't do a lot, really. Like at the end of the day, like it might be a good bar conversation. Someone might take you a little bit more seriously if they find out you have a lot of followers because they're wondering how or why, But at the end of the day, like it doesn't really associate money. You know what I mean?
No. I'm obviously not trying to do it to make money.
Yeah.
It's really, like I said, I was a little surprised at the Instagram following that I did get. And it's not me; it's the bike.
Yeah, yeah.
And so, or the bikes, both bikes. So, I'm good with the 3,000 that I got. I don't do anything. I don't make anything for motorcycles. I don't. You know what I mean? I'm not in the industry. I'm just a guy that happens to have a bunch of friends that are in there.
Yeah, but what's really cool about it is like all the homies you've made over the last basically year and a half now, going to the V-Twin Visionary deal, doing the house there, going to the Campout, then doing the Daytona thing. Like everybody's kind of linking up to you, especially on the East Coast now, and it becomes.
He walks around to everybody asking them if they can follow him on Instagram.
Yeah,
that's not true.
Yeah.
You have a card like when they like flash it in your phone and he goes to all your accounts.
See, everybody knows y'all are picking on me.
Poor guy.
It'll be all right.
With all those nice bikes. Aren't you glad that you avoided the skinny tire bagger build off?
You know what I'm even more glad about?
Yeah.
That I didn't start fucking with FXRs. There's been a couple times where
Yeah.
I started to pull the trigger on that.
I remember.
And I think both times you were the deciding factor is, I don't want to fucking do that. I better not do that. Too many rules.
Yeah, too many rules.
You know what I mean? Too many fucking rules.
Yeah. The FXR is a great bike, man. It really is. But that world is like, it's weird now. I don't really know it that well like I did back in the day. It's like everything you do is sacrilegious to one certain part of that world.
Right.
And it's like, man, I'm just trying to have whatever the fuck I want. I didn't have to get approved by the lords of the towns.
Right. And that's kind of the way it is. Right.
They're badass bikes. Like I think what I would really want if I had a real budget or no real budget, it would totally be a completely M8 FXR.
Yeah.
And my buddy, he might be here tonight, but Main Drive Cycles, he's building one right now. But the thing that's sick about what he's doing, he's putting everything on the bagger on it. The swing arm, the rear wheel, everything's getting fit. It's going to look like a factory FXR when it's done, but it's all, throttle by wire, all that shit. It's like the way that it should be done,
That sounds cool.
Still running the real big back tire that comes on the newer baggers, all that shit. He's, that's the way I would want to do that.
A lot of work.
Yeah.
I talked to him when I was in Dallas last
Yeah,
time.
yeah, that's right. He was down here.
Yeah. It's a fuck ton of work.
Yeah. Bet.
But other than that, like the only other option to build another bike after you've got a CVO and you've already dumped tons of money in that is like another bagger. Or you can go do an Indian.
I don't know though. Like I said, no. I mean, I really.
Polaris?
Like I said, if I was going to ride one, it would be the one that Kyle has built over the last year. But yeah, I don't know if that's for me. I don't think that's for me.
I'm excited to see the bike though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's done a good job.
I think it's dope what he did. I mean, now that it's all done, it's crazy because I know he did so much work to it, and I hope this doesn't sound like a jab, but it still looks stock to me.
Well, yeah. Then obviously there's not a lot of shit you can do with them right now.
But I mean, like I saw him all the things he was making for it.
Yeah, he did.
And things like that. But like, I guess I also feel like I haven't stared at one long enough to notice the difference. So basically what I'm trying to say is like, I think that my ignorance of not knowing what is what on that bike or how it used to look or how it should look, that's why I feel like it doesn't quite have like that I feel like I'm not talking shit because I think it's a beautiful bike. I don't know where all of the things were done at. So when I see him this weekend,
you'll be able to.
I can't wait to him show me like, oh, so we did this and it looks like that. And maybe there'll be other Indian riders there. I'm not sure. But.
Oh, I hope not. But yeah, it's a really cool bike. You definitely want to see it in person as well.
Yeah.
I mean, ride it. I don't know.
You see the tour pack that he got for it?
It's a Harley.
Yeah.
Tour pack.
I think it's pretty awesome that they don't even make. Do they make tour packs?
And
for
then you
these?
know what? It probably has the docking hardware is probably not anywhere near the same. So he's probably made his own.
Of course he
shit
did.
To mix up there. Yeah.
Well, the paint job's dope. I thought it was dope that he was and he's talked about doing this even when I spoke with him before. But you know, kind of branching out and using some of the different painters in our kind of big circle of friends and shit, like between Helmani and then Lucky Strike and Poland, and there's just so many dudes connected to all this stuff, you know, that have those skills.
Yeah.
So, isn't he supposed to be building you a bike or something?
Who?
Kyle?
You waited till we got on air to talk about that. He's going to help me tighten some things up with the Road Glide.
Okay.
So, yes, is the answer to that.
Dude, the Road Glide could be dope, man. I mean, it's okay right now, but
Why you say that?
well, because it
is
is great.
dope.
It's a great road.
And I
Glide.
know that, and that's a lot of times I think that's a painter's position on that, or you know, from perspective rather. I think it's the reason why I bought the bike was because it was gray.
Oh, I love the paint color. The paint color. I just so many other people have it,
Right, and
now so many other people have that and performance baggers.
right, and then that's what Kyle and I were talking about is that at one time that was a one of a kind
Yeah.
situation. Not many people had performance baggers, and nobody had a CVO performance bagger.
Yeah.
So, just to be clear, I think I was the first.
You want to grab a stool? There's one out there somewhere. Yeah, that's I don't know. I thought the bike was dope. I mean, I remember when you were building. I mean, you had hell dealing with certain people in that build process, but ultimately it came out, and you had it ready for the 2020 Hardcore Cycle Show.
Yeah,
That's where you kind of brought it out originally.
Yeah.
So
that was like I said, it was the only show I entered, and I did win. And obviously, probably Jeremy should have won that, or even Steve Youngkin's bike, which I think is just one of those.
I love his bike.
Yeah, you can't help but like that bike. It's a cool guy riding.
Flame
It's
jobs,
cool.
man. They really
so killer.
It almost seems like too easy of a paint job to look that good. You know what I mean?
So hot rod looking.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah,
gotta
I've
build
never
that.
seen one quite like it. You know what I mean? You see plenty of them, but not.
And
not
Jeremy's smart the way he did it too, because my dumbass would have probably done like candy over the flake, and he did it with red flake.
Mm-hmm.
That way, it's way easier to fix it if it goes down. Which he's already had. He already trimmed up the bags and all that shit for it, and made it look nicer. I heard he had fun in Daytona.
He had a great.
We
time.
had a great time.
Yeah.
We had a great time. Like I said, unfortunately, I don't think Steve's going to make it to this one.
No, he's definitely not making
Well,
it.
you have a chance.
but-
I just saw him in Myrtle Beach
We
here
we
a
tried.
couple days ago. Tried to get him in the Roach coach to.
But
come on
every
down.
single event, every time I've ever rode anywhere or
Yeah.
any of that stuff, any of these big events or small ones, other than the Lakeland one that you and I went to, Smithy was at every fucking one of them. He's always been that common denominator for him.
Kind of last minute pops up.
I mean, he's just there, and I'm just there, until we started realizing, we like to both drink a lot. So,
Oh, that is a new. Everybody's like, oh, bikes brought you together. It's like, no, alcohol brought
well,
us
it's
together.
funny because, Steve Youngkin is not a big guy.
Yeah.
And when we were at that down south camp out, we were sitting at one of those round tables, and we were just drinking bottles of beer, talking to everybody. But you were sitting there. So at the end of that, just Steve and I, we had both drank 28 beers, which is all. I mean, that's a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I remember my first beer.
Well, I mean, I don't even drink, and that's the truth. I don't even drink until we come on this shit. Really, I don't.
For real.
For real. If otherwise, I'd probably drink 2 or 3 times a year.
Damn, we're bad
Dude, I
influences.
know
then.
2 or 3 times that we have drank in the last week.
You're about to drink 8 days in a row, man.
Be all right.
You got to take a
This,
few years off.
this isn't my first beer.
It's your first Montucky, though.
It's delicious.
really is
Damn
good.
right it is. Can I get one?
No, I'm good.
So what you been up to, Monty?
Dude, not a whole lot.
Heard you.
My season's just getting started.
Oh, it is
Yeah.
true. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's awesome because the world's kind of getting back to normal.
A
Kind
little
of.
bit, yeah.
So the
But
rallies are
there's
starting.
still rallies that are
Yeah.
getting canceled and bullshit. But
That's
yeah.
good.
So like the last time that I was here, pretty much was doing my last rally of the year, and now I'm on my second here next week.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
What'd you end up doing with your bike? You still have it, or where'd
It's
you,
yeah, I
it's
still
out
have
there?
it.
Yeah. I didn't know if you ended up selling that thing or not.
I wish. No, it's got bad juju.
Yeah, so, you know, for 2 years in a row, first Monty went to in 20, he just got the bike finished before Daytona and unloaded it off the Roach coach for Daytona. Well, I'll let him tell you the rest of the
I
story.
think I told the story in the
Yeah, you told it on
last
the
podcast,
podcast,
but now I go to Daytona again. I don't know. Did you know that I smoked a car with it or no? Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah. Some dipshit pulled a U-turn right in front of me, and he was like, it was right on A1A. He was on the shoulder, and he just took off, cranked hard left, and did a U-turn across all 4 lanes of traffic, and just yeah.
That's some
But
shit Big
I didn't
Trouble
lay
would
it
do.
down. I hit him right in the front. Like I tried to get out of his way as far as I could, and still clipped the front end, jumped the curb, went through the median, through a bunch of bushes and shit. But yeah, so it's I haven't fixed it yet. It's still
Wow.
fucked up. It's rideable, but it's,
Yeah. It's a performance bike.
So you
Yeah.
kept it up into the bushes?
yeah,
kinda
like dude,
leaned up into some
I had the
trees,
whole
yeah.
thing full of like banana leaves or whatever the fuck they call them. Yeah, like there's just that shit was just hanging off
Did
the bike
did the
everywhere.
bike like get stuck and like stay standing up in the
It
bushes?
just leaned up against some trees. It's so thick, yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah,
That's
I just like I said, I just went through that. There was it was right in front of a restaurant. A bunch of people came running out. They were, lost my license plate and a couple other little things like my front blinker where I hit them and bent the air cleaner way in. Yeah, I don't know. I did like $5,000 worth of damage to a Jeep
Goddamn.
Commander though.
Fucking Jeeps.
Yeah, that's anything on a new car.
So what do you guys most, if you're excited at all, I don't feel the excitement off your faces right now, but what are you most excited about this week? Like, who do you want
The
to see?
excitement's
Who
over,
do I
dude.
wanna see the
It
most?
was just the trip out here. That was the
That was
exciting part.
excitement, yeah.
That was a different adventure, yeah. It was
Yeah, well,
fun
you slept
coming
the
out
whole
here.
time, dude.
Yeah, I slept a little bit of the trip. I'm probably looking most forward to seeing, to be honest, probably, I mean, of course, all of my current buddies, but I really want to see Jetty,
Yeah.
Jones, and Jaden. That's who I'm,
Jetty Jones and Jaden.
yeah, I'm excited about seeing those guys.
And then didn't you say something about you being excited about beating him in a race? Or
You know, I'm
Tell
the
you
other J in the mix, right?
Oh, well, like I said, yeah.
My wife asked me,
Sure,
she goes, who are you most excited to see? I was like, I'm excited to see Big Trouble.
I'm excited to see you.
I don't feel it.
Really?
I really don't
You
feel
want a
it.
hug, or,
I mean,
no, always excited. Yeah, obviously, I came this far for you, you know?
yeah.
So just the bonus of having all those other guys there will be great. I mean, I assume we'll do our normal thing, right?
Yeah.
We'll move about the cabin freely together, talk shit.
Yeah, our thing is we because we're both influencers,
Yeah,
like
about
whatever
45,000 followers between the both of us.
so basically whatever table me and him sit at, the group migrates to our table. So we were doing that shit at the campout, at the down south campout, and everybody would come sit at our table. So me and him would like nod and get up and go to another table.
And then outside bar and an inside bar. So first we just started revolving outside tables. Then we just moved the whole fucking thing inside. And we were literally the only, there may have been 2 or 3 other people, tops, in the inside bar. And, yeah.
so did you guys then split up and go to 2 different tables and see which one of you out of
We
the two
tried,
was
we did try different tricks to see what would get the best
Well,
results out of.
and then out of nowhere, basically it became the shirtless part of the party.
Yeah, that was back outside.
Back outside, and then I don't know if before or after that was when Jaden jumped on the roof and tried to molest a dragon.
Which was the most memorable. I mean, obviously.
Yeah, that's where he earned his name that year.
Yeah,
at that camp out.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the funniest dudes. Watching him laugh.
His laugh
makes me fucking laugh.
Yeah.
I don't even have to be, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
In the middle of a conversation, but when he starts laughing,
because you can hear it from down the street.
Yeah, yeah, it's definitely got its own pitch. You know,
he's a scream laugher. Like,
yeah, but it's genuine and it's fucking fun to be around.
I love his laugh.
He's the best, man.
You boys want some scotch?
I don't want none of that shit.
I'm good.
I want none of that shit, man. I'm done with that. It's smooth though.
It's good.
I like to water that shit down real quick.
Yeah, for reals. Once you put a little ice on it, just a little bit of water, and let it rest a minute.
Jiggle it around.
Yeah.
So
I'll be doing drinking at bike night tonight though.
yeah, fuck, man. The bike night, since we moved it to this new spot, the Reno's, it's like a much better spot. Like the Anvil spot that we've always had it at for the last like 3 years has always been kind of like home. But this spot just has free space outside. So all the bikes are able to just mob this whole little part of the street. It's like you really feel like the whole block is owned by a bike night.
Right.
And Deep Ellum is always full of great things to watch, people watching. You know what I mean? It's a party.
There should be people
district.
watching tonight.
There's definitely going to be some people watching tonight as I guess.
So, like, who all comes to these things? Well, I mean, it's gonna be bigger, I guess, because of the.
Yeah, I mean,
camp out,
obviously, guys like you, Jeremy's in town.
I know.
Ben's on the road right now, should be there tonight too. Then all the local dudes, Jaden, Jeremy, Jones, not Jeremy, all the Kyle, fucking all those dudes. The only thing that sucks is like all the other really badass dudes are the East Texas homies, but they're out there in like Tyler and shit like that.
And then you got Steve and Mark coming in.
Yeah, from Austin tomorrow. So tomorrow night's gonna be fucking wild too. You know? So I'm excited, man. The camp out this year, like one day has shown pretty heavy rain. Friday. It's like
I don't care.
I don't care either.
I really don't care.
But you know, for me, like I don't want that to scare people off because I'm more like, let's just call the rain's bluff. Maybe it'll rain hard, but in down here, like rainstorms don't stay; they pass through.
Same with us in
Florida. It's like it's kind of like, okay, I expect it to rain, but it never stays. Like last year, it held heavy for like
5 minutes.
5 minutes, and then it was gone, and it was fucking perfect for the rest of the trip.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, regardless, it'll be so much fun. I doubt any of the guys there, are gonna care if it's raining. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I think it'll be fine. There's Jesse, my brother. You haven't met him yet.
Not
he
yet.
was supposed to play. His band was gonna play, and we couldn't
get it worked out.
We couldn't get it worked out with the other band members. It felt like compensation was necessary.
Oh, okay.
So we tried. It would have been awesome to have Jesse playing because
It would have.
I think not this year's anniversary, but last year's anniversary party at the shop. He was playing at a local bar, and everybody that was in town, like we all mobbed that bar, and Jesse was playing. That's why you hear Jesse shit on like Steve Chamberlain's YouTube videos all the time. It's like everybody, we were just there, and it was a fucking awesome night. Like seeing your boy up there playing music, and we're all in the same group, club, whatever. What should we call our club?
Oh, I mean, I think Monty should start.
Well, haven't we already had this kind of similar conversation?
I mean, what do you think we should call it?
Sons of Fast Life.
Can we spell sons S-O-N? Or I'm sorry, S-U-N?
Sons.
Yeah.
Sons. Like the ray.
And then have like a little sunshine,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And then each ray of sunshine will be like the first 9. So there'll be like a little.
I like it.
Get on it. Pronto.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
Somebody render it up.
Somebody get the shirts going.
How the shirt? I can't wait to see the shirts.
Me too, man. Like that's our first shirt. Like we haven't done shirts in the last time we came out with shirts was 2017, and it was just like a small run. It wasn't nothing really major. This time it's like legit investment. I mean, our fucking logos and the tag and shit.
Right.
Like we're doing it all legit. And then the other thing that we're currently building is the website to sell all the shirts that we got coming out and other things. The hardest part about these shirts is that everybody's been wanting a Fast Life shirt. and the only way you get this shirt is by going to the camp out.
Right, which is the way it should be.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter how you get there, folks. It just matters
That you're there.
that you're there.
I mean, you could sleep on a couch the whole way there if you wanted to.
You could, if you're older.
But so what the other thing? So we are going to re-release the shirt afterwards, but it's not going to have the Camp Out 4 on it. You know what I mean? So like
Right.
the only way you'll have the Camp Out 4, which like I said, it's not a huge. It's not like I'm taking away like an ideal part, but it's like those who know.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, oh, that's a badass Camp Out shirt.
Right.
Do you have the one with the 4 on
You'd
it?
already know that
Yeah.
if a guy has it, he was there. You know?
And
that was the same with the down south thing.
yeah. So that's what I mean. It was Craig's idea that I thought was awesome because it makes people like it makes you want to be there to earn something. Like I was at that one.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So
So speaking of little, trophies or whatever, I'm more excited about the tattoos.
oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
Wheelo Skilo coming
Yeah.
through clutch,
So
man.
as soon as I hit him up after I saw his little thing on Instagram, and I thought to myself, well, nobody's even thought of this. So I texted him right away and said, hey, let me do yours. Mm-hmm. But you had already beat me to it, you fucker.
That's fine. I can't.
No. You probably got
can't help it.
It'll probably turn out a little bit better.
Dude, I haven't tattooed since like 09. I think the last tattoo I did is 09. So I don't even know. I might fucking do it and be like, fuck, I think I'm a tattoo artist again.
Maybe.
I'm going
Never
back into
know.
that game. But no, I thought it was fun. And I mentioned doing like our FL logo, but I think it's cool. He drew up a bunch of like little just
Little
F.
bangers.
Yeah. I thought that was cool. Like that way it's not like a brand. It's more like just a tag
Fuck
for the event. I just think it's fun, man. Like how many, all me and my boys, we always talk about, we're on a bike trip. Like it's some straight girl shit is what it is. Like, hey, let's get best friend cactus tattoos. Right. But we're always like in NorCal or something like, dude, let's get a tattoo of like something to represent this trip. And I'm like, that's some Miami fucking ink shit, but I'm into it. Let's do it.
I like it. I think it's fun. I think and I mean, I guess, there's a lot, most every guy in our group is pretty much covered in tattoos.
Yeah, and it's like,
right?
if you're like me, then like your tattoos
Yeah,
aren't
you
really
give a
great.
fuck.
So like you can hide a worse one in there. And
At what point do we start playing the tattoo game instead of
Right,
painting
just
shit?
from this
instead of
point forward,
painting
I'm
shit
50.
on people's motorcycles, throw everybody's name into a hat.
Yeah.
Whoever gets picked gets some stupid random tattoo that somebody comes up with.
That's brutal, but I like it a lot.
If Jeremy's doing the artwork, I'm into it.
Okay.
Because Jeremy's like cartoonish artwork that
Did
he
you see
did.
the cat?
Dude, the WAP,
The
the
send
shit was
nudes.
fucking funny
Did you
as
see
fuck.
the send nudes that he did on?
Yeah, with the other cat, the newest one.
The other
Yeah.
cat.
But it's nudes is spelled, N-O-O-D, like noodles.
We get it.
Oh, well, I didn't know. I didn't know if you'd seen it.
It's kind of a dad joke.
Oh man, but yeah, I'm excited for him. I think that, but guys like Scott, guys like Jaden, all these dudes are what make these campouts great. It's not like just Craig's campout or the Fast Life Campout. It's like
right.
all the people that are showing up that are bringing something to the table and
Right.
making it a fun experience. You know what I'm saying? That I think is what.
Well, I mean, like I said, the best thing about this kind of stuff for me is the people that I meet. I love, I'm not, the job that I've had for a long time in my life. I'm not really a people person so much.
Yeah.
But, I mean, who'd have thought I would be.
Bullshit, dude. You walk into everywhere and you're like, oh, yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Hey, sweetheart.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm Southern, so that we say
Okay.
yes, ma'am, and yes, I'm.
Well, but you're nice. You're being extremely nice to people.
Well, I think sometimes it's
Sometimes our nice is like.
Yeah.
It's natural, but what we don't feel like being nice at is
he
way
says he's
nicer
not a
than
people's
Northerners.
person. Bullshit.
well, I mean, but it's funny how when it's people that like the same shit as you do, that it change. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It makes you a little bit more sociable.
Well, I mean, in the line of business you're in, though, like most of the people are probably bullshitting you.
Yeah, that's a little saying that we would, if we would teach young bondsmen that were coming through our office, that the first rule that you teach them is every person that walks in here, other than the people that work here, and probably them too, are fucking lying.
Yeah.
So everything's a lie. And that
You're kind of like
business,
repo men for humans.
yes, yeah. But I mean, it's always dramatic. You know, it's a life of drama, and you're living somebody else's drama.
Yeah.
Plus, you have your own shit going on. You know what I mean? So, it's not one of those jobs. I mean, very similar to this job. Whatever you're passionate about, it's not one of those jobs that you clock in and clock out at. You live it.
Yeah.
And it can be fun. It can be everything, every emotion that you can imagine. It can be fun. It can be scary. It can be hilarious. Some of the best stories ever. I mean, you wouldn't think they were real, but you're reading the police report, so you know.
Story time.
You know? So, but also violent, extremely violent, and you know, like it will run the whole
Gambit
gamut of emotions sometimes.
Yeah, I can't imagine, man, because like I guess what we do, we're in a line of work where people are looking for us to do the job, right? So people are stoked to talk to us. They're excited.
Yeah,
like nobody's excited about calling your fucking place, like to get bailed out of jail, right?
Well, it's tough, you know.
Hey, Mark, guess what?
So you get
Dude, I'm in jail.
Bro, haven't talked to you in like, wait, a week.
But then that happens, so your regular clients, it's funny, but it's the truth. So your regular...
He's got like really good customers.
Your regular clients...
You give them stars?
Look, I have been doing this so long for a living that I have bonded out 3 generations of fucking criminals.
Yeah.
True story.
Yeah.
I've done it so long that I've bounty hunted in the extremely drug-riddled trailer park with my brother. We went and got this really big lady, trying to be nice, older lady. We caught her, and it was this weird old, you know, everybody knows what a mobile home looks like, but it had cameras all over it. It's like $3,000 worth of cameras all over it. So before we realized there were cameras there, we knew we were seen. Long story short, right before we kicked in the door, I looked over. It was around Christmas time. I looked over and I saw this. It was a brand new socket set, and it's just, well, I don't know. It stuck in my mind. Anyway, we arrested the lady. Off she goes. About 2 years later, we were looking for this big giant dude, and we got a tip on a trailer over in the same. We've been in this trailer park a lot, you know, more than once. So long story short, it's dark. Same situation. Right before we kick in the door, I look over, and there's that fucking tool set. I'm back at the same fucking house for a totally different person.
Yeah.
You know, and but it was all rusty now. The tool set. Just never been touched. Yeah.
It's got to be like, you know, because we hung out in Florida. You were kind of explaining to me some of the way it works, right, with bail bonds and the fact that like you're kind of like an insurance policy in a sense for these clients, right? And so when they don't show up, then you have to become something much different than the initial transaction,
right?
Right.
So,
otherwise, it's on your ass.
So the way bail works in Florida, in a layman's terms, really quick, if you had a $10,000 bond, and you called a bail bondsman, we would get you out of jail. You would pay $1,000 to get out of jail, 10% of the charge.
Yeah.
And then in return, we put up, basically strike a check for the $10,000 or the full $10,000. So if you run, now we're out $10,000.
Yeah.
And, you know, most bail bondsmen in the country are not, they're just mom and pop stores. So where they're writing, you know, $10,000, $20,000 a month in bail, and it's enough for them to get by. So when one person runs on a $30,000, $40,000 bond, it's probably costs your livelihood. So I think most of the things that I've done, the craziest shit that I've done, has all been out of necessity. You know what I mean? Had a wife and kids to feed, rent to pay, just like everybody else. So it's not a matter of, you know, oh, shucks, I can't catch so-and-so. You keep going until you do.
Yeah.
And in 21 years, I have never lost a person. Never. I did have one that I couldn't find that the cops picked up. A guy named Earl Outlaw. Kind of probably shouldn't have written that bond to begin with. But, yeah, a lot of interesting stuff. A lot of funny stuff.
Yeah, so basically, if they show up on their bail or on their bond, then you get your money back,
And
right?
I keep your
And
$1,000.
you keep the
It's
$1,000.
a money loan.
Yeah.
It's an insurance money loan. So
If the person is a more high risk, do you get to?
well, that's for you. See, that's for you to decide. That's for
Yeah.
you to choose. So
A
lot
it's
of it
not like a
comes-
standard 10%. Like maybe it's, hey man, you're a fuck up, and we're probably
no, you can never legally ever. You can never take more than the 10%.
Oh, okay.
That's Florida state law.
What are you saying? Like California was doing something differently though, where they were making it where you couldn't do something.
Well, there's some states that don't have bail at all,
Mm-hmm.
or some states that have very little, and California is trying to abolish bail altogether.
So you just go to jail and you're fucked until they put you.
Well,
in.
they probably just let you out.
That's exactly
Yeah.
what happened. They're doing it. They were gonna try to do a pretrial release thing, and
Sounds
so
like
basically,
a good
if you get caught, let's say you get caught with any misdemeanor. If you get caught with any misdemeanor, they issue a court appearance, and you show up at the court appearance. But what if
Yeah.
you don't show up? Well, they issue a warrant for your arrest. So when they arrest you on the misdemeanor warrant that you have for not going to court, they're going to issue you a ticket and send you back off again. So it'd just be a revolving
Perpetual motion of things. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it seems strange, man. I feel like it's not strange. Like I understand the concept of the whole bond thing, but like it's a very high risk, I guess maybe high reward if everything goes smoothly in a month. You know, you get
It's like
you write
it's like any
$100,000
job,
in bails, and you're walking away. Well, $100,000 in bails is only $10,000, so I guess that's not
yeah. Yes.
great business, but it's
So you got to write $1 million worth of bail to be
Of the
successful.
business, yeah.
And that's in liability. That's not in what you. And so big fish write millions of dollars worth of bail a month.
okay, big fish.
I don't write any bail.
It's just interesting because, like I said, I never really knew the process, and like hanging out with you and David at that first camp out, and just that was funny because Mel called right in the middle of us talking. We were in a deep conversation about life or some shit. You know how we do,
Right.
and there was some dude on like a $60,000 bond that was like gonna get picked up, I think, or some shit. And if they get picked up before you get them, then you basically are out.
Yes and no. I mean, like I said, there is a customer base. So maybe somebody that you want to bond out again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It just depends. Like I said, every single person is a different scenario and different gamble, if you will. And it's all a gamble. You're gambling, once you start writing millions of dollars worth of liability a month, then you're saying, okay, I'm willing to bet this, $500,000 bond. I'm willing to bet I can catch him if I need to.
Do you get a chance to do like some research on the motherfucker, or
Oh, yeah.
or like
Yeah.
scout out where they live, or
He can probably tell you
is
more
that probably
about,
why like when you do a bond, like they get a lot more contacts and information?
So, so we actually, bondsmen have, arrest-wise, have more power than an actual police officer because you're signing a private contract with me. And
Yeah.
it says that I can, if you skip court on me, that I can come and get you. And obviously, we never, ever, ever want to have to chase anybody.
Yeah.
We want everybody to go to court. And there's plenty of people that you have that have other issues, so they don't always make their court dates. And you try to help them and get them a new court date. And then there's some that just want to run. They're scared of prison, which is obviously the biggest reason why somebody's going to run. So
maybe not write the ones of the bells that are going to be like
after a while you start figuring out, okay, this guy's got this big of a dope charge. He's been in prison for 4 years. He went 3 years without being in prison, and now he's got a big dope charge again. Well, he knows more about the system probably than I do. He knows he's going to prison. I know he's going to prison. So now the bet is, can I catch you?
yeah.
And as a younger man, that's you take that shit serious, and you're right in there with somebody, some uncomfortable conversations, and that's before you ever get on a bounty hunt. After you get on a bounty hunt, there's no conversations, just trying to,
You locate the guy.
Yeah. And we have tons of ways to get information on people. And you got to remember, the most honest that you're going to get anybody on the phone is when they haven't got out of jail yet. So we'll use that time to talk to the person or the indemnitor, the person who's coming in to sign for them and pay the money. We get all of our information mainly off of those initial calls.
Yeah.
They'll give you addresses and shit that they won't put down on the application by the time
They
you
just
get
want
to
to
that.
get the fuck out of there.
Yeah.
He could probably tell you more about you than you want to know.
Yeah,
don't-
who was that? What was it? Me and you talking about the situation where it was a group chat thing, and you ended up having to find out where somebody lived for something.
Oh yeah, because there was the guy that was talking shit. There was a guy.
Yes, you're right.
No, hold on. There was a guy that was talking shit. That's it,
believe you're gonna
right?
do this. Yes.
And who was it? Who was it that figured out
And
his
y'all
address?
sent him like some.
Who was it?
I don't remember.
It was me.
I thought it was Zemlo.
No.
But there was like this weird thing that was going on in a group chat or on
Yeah.
like Facebook or
Yeah.
Instagram, and you found his
It was
address so
basically-
people can send
yeah, it
him.
was basically
And when you say you mean David, because David has all,
So,
I
yeah,
don't-
deflect.
well,
Yeah. Really do any of that shit.
Yeah, I don't know. That's you would think like Florida bail bonds, and you run the whole state basically. I've heard you
We
running
manage. So what we do is, I've been lucky enough to do it long enough to where I have a little bit of tenure and knowledge about the business. So we manage a lot of other agents that have their own private businesses around Florida, and you're really just giving them your life lessons. There's new people that are new to the game, and there's people that have been in it 4 or 5 years that want to take it to the next level, and so we try to go in and kind of give them an idea of how to do that.
Yeah.
It's really tough. Like I said, it's a really tough business.
Yeah, but Florida seems like the most like, you think of like California, like I feel like there's a certain type of crime in California, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like in Florida, there's like every type of crime.
well,
yeah.
that's where you see the whole Florida man,
Yeah.
does this and a Florida man does that, right? Constantly on the news.
Isn't like that time we thought the zombie apocalypse was happening because that guy was eating that
In
dude's
Florida?
face
That
off?
was in southern Florida.
Yeah, I was
Miami.
like,
Yeah.
okay, bath salts. That was the thing.
That was nuts, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, you know what's funny that you mentioned that, because all the shit that I've seen, and I mean, we could talk all day about the shit I've seen, but I've heard of some people on bath salts, but I've never had anyone bath salted up in my office or anything like that.
Yeah.
Are you on those salts, bro? Kosher?
Yeah, that's weird shit. But I mean, you'd also get to see, like, no matter what your situation is, I think that's another thing. I'm very thankful for everything that I have.
Mm-hmm.
No matter what you think you got going on in life, I promise you I can show you a fucking guy that's got it worse than you.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know? Just run with me for a couple of days and
Yeah.
see what we see. Crazy stuff, dude. Crazy.
I just
People
want to
live.
go on drive-alongs.
Yeah.
He's got like 2 bulletproof vests on. It's like,
Here's what's funny also. This is a funny thing about being a bail bondsman. All my life, it's been like this. So you tell a guy a story, right? And the guy's like into the story, and then he was like, "Hey man, if you ever need any help bounty hunting, give me a holler." It's like, "What do you do for a living?" He was like, "I lay tile." I said, "Cool. If you ever need any help laying fucking tile, give me a call." It's what I mean. It's not just anybody can do that shit. Just
I would
like
think that
anybody
like
can
if I was
play
going to
tile.
have my own bail bond round 'em up crew, I want a dude that knows nunchucks. I want a dude that lassos dudes. I want a shooter because we had, you always bring a gun to a gunfight basically.
Exactly.
And then I want a talker.
I'd
Dude,
be
if-
the talker.
Yeah, talker. Like somebody can just like talk a dude out of anything or talk a person out of anything, but don't sleep on the nunchucks and the lasso, dude. Those dudes can fuck around. Like,
Hey, so what's
You get fucking shot, you bring a set of nunchucks out on me, I shoot you.
I mean, yeah, but like if you don't have your gun and some dude just starts
but I'm-
fucking,
dude? That sounds like a business proposition. What's our bail bonds office going to be called?
Bigger trouble. We're opening up across the street, man. Y'all heard of CVS and Walgreens?
Actually, I'm pretty sure there's a bail bonds office that just went out of business across the street from his place. So
Yeah.
there you go.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Weird shit. Huh?
Worst trouble. Well, we're gonna break out the thesaurus and figure it out, but
I like it.
yeah.
Bigger
Will you
trouble.
sponsor us? Like, what do you do? Like the
Absolutely.
yeah, like you.
Like the Bad News Bears. Huh?
Yeah.
Is that
Do we
too
have
old?
jerseys? Can you wear jerseys on a bail bond?
Like the baseball Furies. Like, yeah, we should.
yeah.
Made out of like Kevlar or something like that so they can stop
Yeah.
bullets.
That would be cool. I like the baseball.
Oh, we need a knife guy too. You know, just a dude that can whip around a little. I don't know. I
I mean,
like.
are we gonna have guys?
Dude,
snapping
that fucking meme was so funny.
fucking good. So good.
That snapping meme had me rolling.
I want to be the
What was it,
snapping
Beast
dude.
Coast?
That's what I
style,
want to do. I want to
Beast
snap.
Coast style or something like that did that.
Yeah, yeah.
He's been rocking out some good ass
I
memes
don't
lately.
even know what you're talking about.
Dude, it's so funny because it's like when the chopper guys at the bike night see the Dyna guys rolling up, and it's three
But
dudes.
see, this is gonna make no sense to Monty because Monty's not doesn't know much about American pop culture like we do.
This shit was hilarious. I can't even find it.
Isn't it Beast Coast Club style? Is it Beast? What
It's
is it?
Beast Coast Club style, but it's not on their page actually. So it has to be. Oh, here's they're the original ones that did it. That shit was funny as hell,
Not gonna mean shit to him.
dude. But the Warriors though.
Yep, don't know what you're talking about.
All he knows is he likes that dude's hair. That's all he knows
Yeah.
about that. Yeah.
So back in the day, like you know, like the what was the one with what's the famous one with John Travolta and Grease? Yeah. So that whole like era of like it's a rough story, but it's a fucking musical. So they're all doing.
They're all in a gang fight, snapping. It's like I don't. Yeah. Never mind. We'll show
So
you later.
should
when
I
we get
add
in a
this to
gang
my
fight
list
later.
of movies?
Have you seen Warriors?
I don't, dude.
Cause-
In Daytona, we had a
Movie
20-minute long conversation. Jeremy wrote it out on receipt paper. I still have it in my wallet of all the movies that I need to see.
There you go.
Yeah.
He had recently did that one for Daniel at Proper Baggers, the helmet with the dude from the Warriors on it. That's one of my favorite movies. Like as a kid growing up.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think everybody, you know, I mean, Monty's 25, so he's probably never heard of that. But, you know,
Yeah,
that was the business back when I was a kid.
dude. Yeah, the Warriors, or it was just Warriors. It was just like that fun movie of like one night. You know, because I don't know if you. I've definitely
it's
had
kind
it.
of like a one night in the life of, right?
Yeah, like me and the homies were out running around the town, and next thing you know, we're from one bad situation to the other,
Right.
and it's kind of like that's the movie. It's like
Yeah.
they have a big gang meetup, basically, with all the different boroughs had their own little gangs and streets had their gangs. And when we say gangs, we're talking like motherfuckers dressed up like Halloween, like,
Well, like there's a whole gang
of dude.
of guys that are dressed in baseball uniforms, but their faces are painted, and their name of their gang is the Baseball Furies, and pretty much they'll fuck you up with a bat.
Okay.
So,
And there was
they're like the.
they're the kind of more iconic pictures,
So
but
what gang would you be a part of?
I'm a warrior, bro.
Really.
I'm a warrior.
I mean, I want to be on the winning side. I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like the best part, man. His homeboy had all the bottles on his fingers. Click, Warriors.
You never, yeah.
No.
It's
Dude,
really good.
I have no idea.
You guys know? You guys are young.
I've seen it. It was a long time ago.
Yeah, so you just saw the one YouTube clip.
No,
It's an awesome movie, man. It really, my daughter. I had my daughter watch 3 movies with me that were like great movies from my childhood: Warriors, The Last Dragon.
I was about to say he's like the show enough of.
Yeah. So show enough, yeah. The Last Dragon. My daughter, her hair,
helmet.
she's got. Yeah, dude. The problem is it's the shitty
Yeah,
photos. You
and
can't find
want to
one.
do the hair, yeah.
So he's got these crazy eyes, and they got electric. He's like, and it's like the electric fucking comes out of his hands and shit on the movie.
How many times you watched that movie as a kid?
A shit ton.
100?
I couldn't count that high.
I hear you. and it was
Still?
it was because
Yeah,
Vanity
still.
was in the movie, right?
I never, I would at that point in time, man. I wasn't really.
She was hot.
No, I was into dudes at the time, so
That makes total fucking sense.
Still?
kind of. I was trying to give me a hug earlier. He didn't understand what I needed it for.
I tried a year earlier. You wasn't having it.
But no, there's like great movies like in they don't. You don't feel like they're great movies. You ever seen like a movie that you loved, but then you hadn't seen it in a long time, and you were telling everybody about it, and then you watch it like, dude, the special effects are garbage.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that happens a lot when I tell my son, hey, watch this movie. It's cool, you know. And then he's like, fucking, this sucks. It looks stupid. That looks like a cartoon. All right, fuck.
Yeah, fuck, dude. If you ever go watch The Matrix over again, like not the
I
first
barely
Matrix.
Get through those motherfuckers.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, I didn't.
They're great movies.
Yeah,
The Matrix 2 really was like one of the best movies ever as far as that genre. But then watching it now, like you see the animation in it, and it's like, man, like this was way better when I had nothing else to compare it to.
You're right.
You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, because you were able to use your own fucking imagination a little bit more.
All those movies in the 90s that were like hyped up big ass things where it was like, the graphics are fucking insane on this thing, and like you watch it now, you're like, oh, they had 720p,
right?
You know what I mean? Like
Blu-ray,
nice, bro. Movies were on CDs. Like, remember that?
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, you weren't asking me. You know, I remember.
Yeah. So, are you from Florida originally?
Born and raised Jacksonville, Florida, my whole life.
What's Fred Durst like? I already asked you this once.
You know what? I was
redneck motherfucker from Jacksonville.
I was a bouncer at a big nightclub in Jacksonville for a long time when I was a kid. And
Did you say bouncer or dancer?
I'll show you which one later. And I had met him once or twice. I didn't know. We had a lot of mutual friends, but he was always nice to me.
Yeah.
And I mean,
was he a pimp?
I don't know what that means.
You don't know, dude? You're a bail bondsman.
Well, you mean like a pimp? Did he pimp women out?
No, I mean, was he like?
No, the ones I could tell you plenty of stories about them motherfuckers saying they don't look anything or act anything like that. It's your everyday Joe. You'd be surprised.
Yeah. Some
It's your every
the most
day Joe.
random white dude you could ever think of.
You might be surprised.
Yeah.
That's all I'll say. Yeah.
That's awesome. Huh?
I don't know. I'm fucking high as shit.
What happened? That Florida weed get you?
Yeah, he's never this quiet on a podcast.
Tell you better warn your
can't
friends. You
even
better
fucking
warn your friends
say
about this Florida
anything.
weed.
No, I want them to
You've
be
had
fucked up.
experience. You've had experience.
My wife has. I haven't.
Well, I wasn't going to say that, but yeah.
Dude, I'm
But there was also they also took a hit off of a stranger's joint.
that was Robbie's weed. He's always got strange weed.
Fire.
Dixon, Robbie Dixon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hang him high.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just some dudes it's almost like you're inflating and you need to smoke weed again to get more inflation until you start inflating again. And okay, now I'm good for 2 more hours.
Isn't that the same way with drinking though?
No, I don't drink that much.
I can tell.
I never drink. That's you, dude.
Oh, you're ahead of us, aren't you? Look at you.
I got 2.
Well, we got a bottle here.
Yeah, we have. Yeah. That's right. We're drinking. Yeah.
Hey,
Pass it.
Yeah.
It's-
It is your turn.
I don't want any
We
more.
went 2. It's we take one.
I'm already holding
Hey,
in
man.
pee, dude. I'm about to pinch my head real quick.
Go ahead.
People are watching.
Just take a little.
Do it for the gram or for the YouTube.
Yeah, don't
thing.
go crazy with it. Just take a little nip.
That was little.
I mean, I didn't mean teardrop. But why you keep coughing like that?
Because I don't do shit like that, dude.
You don't do shit like what?
I don't do that.
Yeah, but I mean,
I don't do that.
Also, I want to see Big Will Cody. I forgot to mention that earlier.
I was gonna
my
say
buddy.
because Big Will Cody is actually
He's
so.
the business.
I've said it millions of times, but here's the deal. I
That fucking guy.
have like we were talking about with our Bell Bonds team. I have that in my friends group. I have the hardcore drinker that I'm gonna throw on the table.
So you got a knife
can't
guy, a
lie, I
gun guy,
can't-
a talker. Everybody
Yeah, I got a
else.
fucking
Dude,
lasso,
yeah.
dude.
Yeah, I can't say you're wrong about any of those things you said.
Jones gonna talk
Can't say-
shit with the best of them.
No
Jaden?
question about it.
Well, fuck a dragon.
He will. And you know,
If there was
Jaden
alligators,
was
if
at
there were
the-
alligators at that campground, Jaden would have fucked it.
Yeah, for sure. I hope Craig went back recently, I think, around his birthday to the campout, and he took a picture on Instagram. There's a picture of the dragon that Jaden literally fucked to pieces on the ground. He literally fucked it into 2 pieces. He started fucking it was 1 piece, and then when he was done, there were 2 pieces. So
his thrust power, he didn't gauge it.
but the greatest thing was how
a lot of torque.
Was
on
there
it.
a sign
it was
down?
on top of a school bus, actually.
Yeah. Oh,
the school
okay.
bus was a bar.
Yeah.
And so when he ran, there was no bartender under it. She went to get ice or whatever. So he ran and jumped up on
On the hood and then onto the top of the
and
bus.
so he
I do that all the time with the Roach
he
coach,
literally
yeah.
fucking dented every time he took a step. He's just ruining the roof of it. Over to the Dragon, which everybody's seen the picture of by now, and the tail falls off the Dragon. So he's trying to hurry the whole time and get away with it. But he knows he's got to get the tail back on. So everybody's screaming and everybody's filming videos, and he's laughing, and then he slowly tries to put the fucking tail back together and realizes, fuck it, I'm not going to make it. Sets it down and jumps off. But I hope that he fucks the other one. You know, I'm really
So have
hoping
you
to see that.
brought him over to Strokers? You know, and had him like
him?
No, well, I mean, we could bring him, but
He hasn't been to
What kind of
Strokers yet.
animals are you into? I mean, they got like
You go first.
You go first. You know, they got like giraffes and other.
So
you know-
you're into giraffes?
No, I'm just saying. I'm
You
just
look
wondering.
like a giraffe guy.
Do I?
I can see that.
Okay.
I can see that. What you? What do you like?
Me? If I was gonna fuck an animal, is that what we're talking about?
I mean, let's do it.
I don't know. I don't know. There's. Wait. This
You
is
have one.
No. I'm laying the ground rules.
You're
is what I'm
giving us
doing.
reason for it. I like it.
Am I also that animal?
No, you're a human boy.
I don't know, man, because like, you ever like watch those old Disney movies? Like, man, like Nala looks good as fuck. Simba better hit that before I do. I guess what I'm saying is I'm into cartoon animals, bro.
Yeah, but that's not a real animal.
It's real to
Monty,
me.
obviously. Let's leave it at this.
Okay.
Let's leave it at Monty likes to fuck giraffes.
No, I was just.
I think, right?
I was just talking about the giraffe that's at Strokers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have a biker bar here. You'll probably check it out tomorrow.
Yeah,
it's
we
not too
might.
far from where you are going to be staying, but yeah, I mean, Jaden's up there all the time. He's a regular. He knows like
He probably climbs all over the animals that they have.
no, he doesn't have to because he just he only if you pull a camera out, maybe he will.
Okay.
Yeah, he'll definitely
We'll
do some
try
crazy
that tomorrow.
shit.
He's an influencer now, so he can put it on his Instagram. or
Dude,
something.
we actually me and Jaden were hanging out 2 nights ago, and he was getting me in trouble on fucking Instagram. So we were drinking, getting fucked up
So
Sunday
you're
night.
trying to get him some
Yeah.
follows.
I got him
which
like
he deserves. Call me
Yeah.
Dragon if you're not following
Oh,
him.
Yeah,
and by the way,
Stupid.
I wasn't following him at that point.
Oh, see,
Yeah,
there you
so
go.
so he gained 1 follower.
he went from like he was not at 1,000.
I think I followed him.
and
back.
then later on that night, he was over like 1,100 or some shit. So it
and
was
then
dope.
it's back to like 900 now.
Maybe it was like a sympathy
You know
follow
what I'm gonna
/
do?
unfollow.
You know what I'm going to do?
Huh?
When I see him, I'm going to give him $25. Have him
Follow you.
up his follows a little bit.
Oh, pay for some sponsored ads.
Pay-per-views.
No, it's been funny because a lot of the dudes in our group have kind of all been. You haven't met James yet. James is like one of the original dudes of us, but he hasn't gone to Florida yet. He's
What,
France.
is he the? What's his Instagram?
Franz J.
Yeah, yeah. So I didn't even know. I'd
He's
never
not
seen.
really
I watched
into the
podcast
Instagram thing very
and
much.
and then started following him. He was following me, but I don't know. I'd never heard y'all.
He's a drinker.
mention
Dude.
him.
He parties.
Oh yeah.
But then when I watched the podcast, he had mentioned me, so
He
it
said
made
he
me
was
instantly
excited to meet you.
I'm excited to meet him.
So yeah. Exactly. He was
But I
because
feel really bad for not saying Big Will Cody at the beginning, so I'm going to
Yeah.
say it twice. I really,
dude, life isn't the same without a big Will
it's
Cody.
really not.
You haven't met Jacob yet either though. Jacob
Yeah,
is
love
the
Jacob.
one right behind. He got the Hell Yeah Brother helmet that we just did. He's the one next to the blue bike.
There's
this
7
dude?
people.
Yeah,
Yeah, I have met him. He was at Down South Campout.
he was.
Yeah, we didn't get a whole bunch of chance to talk, but we
Dude.
messaged each other. I think we messaged
he's
each
a
other
fucking
after the
gem,
camp out.
dude. He is a
Yeah,
funny
he's a great
motherfucker.
guy. Yeah,
Hey,
like
watch
I
those
said-
helmets, by the way.
What?
Yeah.
Watch those helmets.
Careful.
You need to calm down.
Yeah,
Those are
dude,
relics.
Put one on.
What?
Put one on.
You can't fit them.
I don't know.
Those are all smalls. Those are all ladies' helmets.
That's Ben's helmet right there, the carbon one. He left it here one day. It's like, hey man, I'm gonna leave this helmet here, and then I'm gonna fly over the world. I'll come pick it up later.
I wonder where he is. When
He should.
Hey,
He'll
put a
he'll-
sticker on it.
Yeah, put a sticker right
I
on that
will.
motherfucker.
Yeah.
I got a little one for it.
Oh, he definitely got a little one. I gotta go pee.
Speaking of little ones,
So is this our podcast now?
I got to pee too. Wow, man.
Oh, well, what is it a public bathroom or what? You guys having a sword fight?
Maybe.
They're going for that hug they were talking about earlier.
So what's going on with you, man?
With me?
How's your business and how's everything
good.
going with that?
Yeah.
It's good.
I mean, like, I haven't been doing shit. Like, been pretty much on vacation this whole
Oh,
winter.
really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Trying to buy a house.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
You like being on the road though?
Yeah, I mean, it's all right. I don't want to do it forever.
No.
But, yeah, like I said, like, last time I was here, I just finished I was doing one of my last rallies, and then now I'm pretty much on my second one of the year. So I'm going to Panama City here next week. And what'd you forget?
Nothing.
Oh,
Be right back.
Might as well smoke a cigarette.
but yeah, it's been good. I'm looking forward to this year for sure. Daytona was killer. We did awesome. I mean, like, it was just crazy. I mean, like, for last year we had, the whole COVID thing shut us down on the last day, but comparing it to this year, we were up 90%. I mean, like, it was crazy. So we absolutely killed it, and hopefully the rest of the rallies are going to be the same way.
Good,
Man.
That's badass.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to it. It's much needed. But yeah, otherwise, I'm trying to relocate. Just trying to buy a house in South Carolina. So that's new. Trying to get out of Minnesota, and yeah.
You were saying the Myrtle Beach area, right?
yeah. So it's just north of Myrtle Beach.
Myrtle Beach.
Dirty Myrtle. Well, hey,
I've been to the only
happy
Myrtle
to
Beach
have you guys back on our podcast here.
I've been to Myrtle Beach one time, and it was for Black Bike Week.
Dude. Yeah.
So yeah,
Find a hotel.
You know what's cool is
I stayed in a beach house,
when
bro.
we were in Daytona. The last, I think it was the last night, we were up on top of the Roach Coach has a little ladder, and you can go up there and smoke weed. And
You still hide to smoke weed like a little kid?
hiding and smoking weed.
Hide to smoke weed? Like, let's go.
I wasn't hiding. I was on top of a fucking truck.
It's probably nicer closer to the
He
stars.
told me the first day, he's like, I have one goal here. And I was like, what's that? He's like, I really want to smoke weed on top of the Roach Coach.
You're like, what's his name on a half baked? You ever seen the back of a $20 bill on weed?
So anyway, I think it was the last night.
But I need a couple more laughs out of my joke. You can't just go straight to your story.
I didn't laugh at all.
Two
It
more
was
laughs.
Really fun.
I don't know what you're talking about.
But anyway, we watched it turn kind of into the big.
You were set up at Rossmeyer's?
Yeah, so this year I set up at Rossmeyer's, yeah.
The old,
Yeah.
Dude,
obviously.
but it was, well, they had there was a big wheel bagger show. It was like some stereo sound off thing. And
Shoot Me,
so
right?
we shut down early that night. Like, it was, this last Daytona was the busiest bike rally I have ever done. I mean, like, it was just, we had a killer spot, killer location, everything. I mean, it was just absolutely ridiculous. It was the first time at Rossmeyer's for a spring event. Now, normally I'm at the Speedway, but we were going from, it's
like 40, is it 30 miles from the Speedway to Rossmeyer's?
No, it's like 10.
10? Okay. Yeah. I knew it was something.
Yes. But I mean, it can take you a fucking while.
Well, see, the problem is like, it gets so gridlocked in there that there's people literally waiting for like 3 hours to get into Rossmeyer's. And we were right by the service area, and like, that was the one way in. There was people pushing their motorcycles up to the service area because they would just overheat and die out there, and they couldn't get started back up. Yeah, so there was,
when the big wheel baggers came in, the entrance in is probably a quarter of a mile of an entrance, and it's completely gridlocked with just bikes.
Yeah.
But, people don't know where to go or where to park, so when it came big wheel bagger time, there were probably 30 bikes, 40 bikes the guys were pushing in that had overheated.
Do you feel like the big wheel baggers are still pretty strong this year?
I did not.
Mark was pushing a big wheel bagger around there. Yeah.
I did not see. There was. I will say this, just to show you that there's still some people that aren't into it or don't know. There was a. Oh man, I hate to say this, but there was a guy there with a big wheel in the performance bagger show.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Is he that, like, I always think of that It's like I think it's a GIF that you get on like Instagram when you do a story, and it's like John Travolta looking around with his coat hole. It's like, am I on the wrong show? Like, what's going on?
Did his name like rhyme with like Rifle something or no? Like Rifle Riley?
Did you just say his name?
No. But I mean, there is. And we're starting to see a little bit of that, right? For the first time, of course, you know better than any of us. You're starting to see some of this big wheel bagger guys flip over to performance baggers because they know that there's
Well, they don't know
money.
what to do. Yeah.
there's money
So
tied to it.
To that thing, it's like, I don't want to like throw names out there, but our scene has been pure. It's
Right.
been pure. It's been a fucking
Right.
virgin, right?
Right.
Well, I think
And-
you said Ben has been. It's getting to the point where now it's starting to get.
Yeah. So now there's been people a part of this thing that's been doing fine, creating products, creating opportunities for people to do shit to their bikes. And now everybody's like, well, let me jump in and let's call out the big dog or the one that's doing and providing and being there for people. And let's talk shit about him and let's talk shit about this and our products
Right.
are better. But our scene was great because people didn't do that. Like, you could have a competing part and bring it into the scene, but don't be a fucking dick and a cunt about it.
No.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
hey,
don't-
I
don't
want to
be
sell
an
this part
asshole.
too. Like, you make this, I make this. Cool, man. Like, hey, I like your part. It's my part.
Right.
Hey, if you
Right.
guys like his part, fucking check it out. It's a great thing. If you like mine, cool. But coming out of the gate swinging saying his shit is garbage, mine's better,
Right.
like, that is toxic and that's not welcome.
And
Not
you're
fucking
right.
welcome,
Our
you know?
whole thing has been pure.
Yeah.
There's been none of that. There's been, I mean, even rivalries get, and also there's some great fucking dudes that do this shit, that
But see,
make
now
parts. That
it's
make
starting
great
to get to
parts.
that point now where it's like, all right, like this is becoming like it's stupid big wheel drama.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so here,
and
this is what's.
and as far as like what you were saying,
Yeah.
yeah, like there wasn't. I mean, no matter what, I think you're always going to see the big wheel thing. It's not going to go away because it's just a flashy motorcycle that people are drawn to.
Yeah.
Realistically, but this year, as far as like performance baggers go, there was so many. It was absolutely ridiculous. Like, yeah, it was crazy.
I think that like it's not so much that the dudes that are being douchey that are coming in and trying to go about promoting their products in the wrong way. Their followers, they're the people that really associate with those brands. They're going to come over with them. Are going to be just as toxic, and now those dudes are going to try to intermingle with us at events.
Yeah.
And it's going to change
Yeah,
the
and there's
dynamic of what
already-
it feels like.
There's already
and then,
a little bit of that swirling.
And then the knife guy from Bigger Trouble Bail Bonds is going to end up stabbing him. Yeah.
Yeah, I might. Well, that's
At least the snap.
that's stage
guy's
2,
coming.
dude.
Snaps.
We send the snap guy first.
But
Right.
I think you need 3 snap guys.
You do. You need
Okay.
a group of snap guys to just walk by. And
Can
give
we
one?
recreate that picture?
We should.
You down? You seen the picture I'm talking about?
We should.
Hold on, I gotta show it to you. He's about to be on staff photographer, so
Nice.
check it out.
Yeah, we can do that.
But no, that's what scares me the most. And talking to people about this thing and what's cool about it, it's like, look, man, like our industry, as far as performance baggers, we need innovation. We need people to come in with new shit for us to try out. We don't need people to come in and make up for their lackluster parts by being dicks about it, right? Like, if your parts are good, let your parts sell for you. Don't come in here and
Look, Cody said this. Big Will Cody, my best buddy, Big Will Cody.
That's
Said
like the
this.
6th time you said his name.
So,
now
I mean-
you're making it unfair for everybody else.
Right.
Yeah.
he's my best friend, so I don't know
Said
who
the
you're
same
talking
thing,
about.
and I'm not saying that I have or in any way, but I buy shit from who I like. I don't buy shit from who I don't like. I've made that mistake.
Yeah.
Right. I want to spend my money with the guys that are working hard to run small businesses, and those are the guys I'm going to support.
Yeah.
Bottom line, I would rather have a less fancy part, even though I think everybody knows I like a fancy part.
Yeah.
I'd rather have a less fancy part from a guy that I know, and I know him, and that he has 2 kids and a wife, and he's trying to make a living doing this.
Or he has a cocaine habit,
So-
and he might need to.
Even this.
Come
So
you know what I
hey,
mean?
hey, if I started making like really shitty watches, would you get rid of your Rolex and start wearing one?
Well, I'd still have a few left.
Oh, okay.
I'd buy your watch.
How long of a friend? How long do I be your friend before I hit? It's like 10 years. I get a watch, or how does this work?
You know what's funny about that is you can ask around
think-
about
hey, I think
that.
I'm getting close.
I think it is about 10 to 15 years.
No jokes aside, I honestly feel the same way about that. Like, so if I was fucking with the dude hardcore like 10 years, and we've been boys, we've been doing shit and living life together, and there was something of that manner that I could do to show my appreciation to that friendship, I would totally do that. Maybe my version would be like a paint job or a helmet or something like that.
Right.
You know?
And you know what? Anybody that's your friend, though, like, absorb. It's some things are worth more than money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I said, some of the trips that we go on, and you know what I mean? The pictures that you have in your memory can never be captured. You know, the things that you remember from the Down South Campout or any of the stuff we've been on.
You know,
We've
pouring
been
Blue Label into
a dude's macing a dude with fucking $200 shots. Yeah. But yeah, like I said, I'm the guy that's gonna support. I don't know any of the dudes that we hang out with though that don't feel the same way. I'm gonna support the people I like.
Yeah, I mean,
So if I need to get bailed out of jail,
That's
Call
me
Mark.
still supporting you.
no, that is the point. And you know, it's awesome when, you know, in the competition that some of us are in, you know, like, I think it's dope whenever, you know, like watching that process of like Poland and Kyle work together on building that bike. Like, I was just a bystander, stoked to see the finished product, and so stoked to see it happening. Not like mad, like, oh, he should have picked me to paint the bike, you know?
Yeah, but I would like to think that in the future, especially with kind of where Kyle's going, that's going to be something that starts getting mixed up where there
No,
are.
he already said that.
Yeah.
But the thing is that, like, you know, like, I can barely paint everybody's helmet at this point. So
I get it.
My thing is like,
I get it. You're lazy.
I still like, you know, Jeremy was here last night. We were talking about it, but you know, me and him have bim talking about doing a helmet trade for years. I haven't gotten close enough to the surface yet.
I believe it.
To be able to be able to do him a solid and be able to provide him a helmet. You know, like every once in a while, like I just get a wild hair of my ass, and I'm just like, this weekend I'm painting my own helmet.
But I would also just assume that and maybe I'm wrong, maybe I don't know what I'm talking about, but I would also assume if Jeremy's painting a helmet for you, or you're painting a helmet for Jeremy, there's probably a little extra. You know, like I said, sometimes painters paint for other painters more than they do for the average Joe customer. You know, that they know aren't going to see the things that, you know, Jeremy's going to see or whatever.
I try to, you know, I honestly try to put out the best thing that I can at that part of my life when I did that paint job, right?
Right.
And you know, every once in a while, like you hit a color scheme that fucking just hits. You hit a mural that just hits, or you just find like a new way to pull lines across a helmet that you haven't seen before.
Right.
Right. And everything just fucking works, and everything's going good. And I wish that every helmet I ever did for somebody could have that one of those things to make it so special. But at the end of the day, what really makes everything special is the fact that, you know, you're doing it for cats and people across the country that A, are stoked to have it, you know.
Yeah.
B, I'm more honored to do it for them at most points, you know.
Yeah,
like,
I'm sure there's exception to that with it, like there is anything, but yeah, like I said, you know, you and I have always hit it off, so that explains why I have so many
it's
helmets.
your third one.
It is,
Yeah.
and a bike.
And a bike. Yep.
Yeah.
It's pretty dope. I mean, like one of my best helmet customers is the homie himself, dude, and you know, he has like
that
9.
guy's like 10 or 20.
He has
right?
9 of my helmets and 3 more on the books, and then he has 5 of Jeremy's and 3 more on the books for Jeremy. And I tried to link him up with a couple other painters in America, but they have failed to just meet the simple standard of communicating.
Yeah, that's a tough one there.
You know,
can be the toughest
he's like,
job.
hey man, who do you think is who's some other really awesome painters that you think do great work? And I sent them to him, and they've just, I mean, me and Brian, homie himself, we talk pretty regularly, and he's like, he'll show me the messages between these other painters, and I'm just like tripping out, going like, bro, like this dude will keep helmets coming to you and allow you to explore your ideas. But you have to fucking be responsive. You have to be available, you know? And, yeah, that's been the biggest issue is people not responding to him after they got the deposit and things like that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's not good.
But, you know, at the same time, I'm good right now.
Oh, come on. Yeah, it's 1.5.
All right.
You're drinking beer.
Yeah.
Well, you're
I'm a man.
looking at the scotch and the beer like they're the same fucking thing.
Why don't you pour the scotch into your beer?
It wouldn't be bad.
Yeah, you'd be ruining good scotch.
Yeah, that's all you need. If you don't ever do it, it's nice. Why are you coughing? It's not a cigarette. God.
Hey, don't tell me how to drink liquor, motherfucker. You want to drink it for me?
I have been. I have been. Fucking join me.
Oh, okay. Let's see it. You know, there's another dude, a good friend of mine. He's not into the. He has a bagger now, but he hasn't quite accepted the T-bar as his Lord and Savior yet.
Well, you have to wait then.
Yeah,
You have to wait to come
but
in
man,
with stuff.
my dude from NorCal that I fuck with, like, if he was,
Gay.
hear me out.
You're gonna tell me that he's got ape hangers.
No, he doesn't have any of that. But what he does have, I feel like he's like so. Our group, all of us,
Are they
right?
the
Right.
pointy ape hangers?
He doesn't have any ape hangers.
Okay.
So our group, all the dudes,
Wheelbarrow.
when I get stoked about all of us getting together, I'm like the dynamic of the different personalities of our friends, right? Like, oh, dude, wait till fucking like Trouble hangs out with this dude in our group.
Right.
It's gonna be wild, and that's kind of the thing with my boy in NorCal that I wish that he was around
Right.
because he's a very skilled guy, does a lot of badass stuff, and he's funny as fuck, and he parties, and he goes hard, and he lives too far away.
Damn.
And I wish he could be here because I when I went to NorCal recently, when I got to NorCal, I ended up just like kind of hanging up the rest of the trip because of the rain and shit up there.
Right.
I actually threw my bike on a trailer.
Oh,
Yeah, this is the first time people are hearing about this.
it happens.
So I was in NorCal. It rained out.
It's a matter of convenience.
It just completely rained out. My buddy Steve that I stayed with, he went to jail in 2016 and he just got out in 2018. And I've seen him in passing up in NorCal, but I haven't really had a chance to spend time with him like I did prior to him going to jail. And so he was like, "Hey man, I'm going to Havasu. You know, you should come with me. You know, I'll get a hotel. We'll fucking party in Havasu for one night." And it happened to be spring break weekend.
Right.
So I had such not a bad trip in NorCal, but things didn't go well in NorCal. I was supposed to get 8 podcasts. I had 2.
Damn.
Right? So at that point, I'm like, fuck it, dude. Let's go. Will my bike fit on the back of the trailer? Because what he was doing, he builds these race boats. Like these, like, they look like fucking Batmobiles on the water. Right?
Right.
So he designs them and builds the shells, and they put these fucking $100,000 motors in them and things like that. So he was taking the 2 inner and outer shells to Havasu to get built. And he was also trying to sell 3 boats to Eliminator, which is based out of there.
Okay.
So he had to go have a meeting, and then he comes back to the hotel, and he shows me a fucking check for like $150,000 for 3 deposits on boats.
Shit.
And so he's like, dude, we're going to party tonight. So we fucking did, dude. But me and him hanging out in the car is kind of like how me and you, we just sit there and talk shit to each other, but it's all a little bit of seriousness, a little bit of jazz whenever the opportunity is out there. And man, even though I didn't get the podcast, that little trip from basically the Bay Area to Havasu, I needed that with my homie. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I haven't seen him.
That's kind of what happened with us too. So I was, you give me a lot of shit. You on the podcast a couple weeks ago, you said that I trailer my bike all over the country, which is total bullshit.
He doesn't own a trailer.
Just halfway across the country.
Do you
this
own a
time I
trailer?
did. No, I
Okay.
don't own a trailer.
Damn.
Anyway,
I was hoping you could come to more events.
so I was originally supposed to ride out with Craig and David and then we're probably going to pick people up along the way. And then at one drunken night in Daytona.
Yeah, I opened up my mouth about saying, "Oh, hey, I'll just bring the Roach coach, and we'll just go together."
Well, it was also the part of I can't go. I was like, why not? Well, I got to go to Myrtle Beach and blah, blah. So I was like, look, bro, I'll ride with you.
This weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah. Supposed to have a rally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So really it came down to he really wasn't going to come unless we did the trip together, and he couldn't separate
so now
from.
You're putting it on me.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm trying to
make yourself look better.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Makes sense. That's fine.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's dope. I mean,
man, we had the best time. You know what I mean?
But here's the deal: like, if you wouldn't,
25.
If you wouldn't have done this, if you wouldn't have done that, we wouldn't have had content to talk shit about for the last couple weeks.
I know.
It's called the circle of life.
Yeah.
See, the nice thing for me now is like that I'm in Myrtle Beach. I'm 5.5 hours from him.
Yeah.
And which is nothing. Like.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't ride that far, but I mean, I get it.
Yeah. Right. I know. I mean. So and I just went down to Jacksonville, grabbed him, threw his bike in the back, came out here.
Yeah.
Now we'll, ride up to Oklahoma with his bike still in the back.
No,
it's going to be a little cold.
No, I want to ride in. I hope it's not snowing.
It's not gonna snow here, but here, like, the thing is, like, all the shit we talk is shit because we're all friends and we want to bust each other's balls. But at the end of the day, like, I really don't give two fucks how you get to the spot to another.
No,
but if
you
you're
don't
there,
want to hold somebody back by making them feel, I can't
what happens though, like there's
nobody's bringing a show bike. Period.
We've already established a friendship. I don't need you to prove your value or worth to my friendship base, right?
Well, I appreciate that.
But the thing is that people, for the other people out there, if you ride to the camp out, you kind of get an automatic pass, like that dude earned this.
Right.
He busted his ass, rode his bike cross country. He's
See,
here.
and that's where our conversation started. It was like, I'll ride down to Jacksonville, and then we'll ride over together. It was like, well, fuck, I got to be in Panama City by Monday. So I was like, well, I don't have time to do that because I don't have the time to ride back to Myrtle Beach and then get all my shit together, take the Roach coach, and drive down to Panama City. So I was like, I'll just go to Panama City right from here. So I got all my stuff to do my show with, and it worked out perfect.
And that's what that's it, man.
Yeah, we had a great time.
I mean, dude, honestly, like, if any of us are, dude, if we all got in an airplane and went to Hawaii, that plane ride would be fucking lit,
shenanigans,
dude.
for sure. Yeah,
it'd be fucking wild. Like, we might fucking crash.
It sounds like something we should put on our bucket list.
It really does, right?
A whole bunch of us performance bagger dudes in a goddamn plane going across the ocean.
It sounds like, like them, like the bike.
But we all have to do edibles when we get on the plane.
I'm down.
The bike rally.
The high seas rally.
cruises.
High seas rally.
Yeah. It'd be like that, but we don't tell anybody, and we just go to Hawaii.
Yeah, that'd be fun, dude.
I mean,
you paying for it?
First class.
For a couple of people.
As long as I'm in that couple.
You'll be number 3.
Oh, no.
Whoa, yeah.
Nah.
Yeah.
Sorry, you didn't make the cut. You're one person away.
Man, I don't know, man. Like, I'm working towards my watch, so I'm trying to.
So am I. I've been working for like 6 months.
I got 2 years in this motherfucker already.
Okay, you might get it first, but
2 years. Actually, 2 years now. Right around now is when you deposited me on that first helmet.
Has it only been 2 years? Is that right?
Well, technically, yeah, it's only been 2 years, but it was at the end of March when we first started talking about it.
So when we met, I had the flame helmet, right?
yeah.
Okay, so that's the one I did for you for V-Twin Visionary.
Right, in Tennessee. And then before that, was
the Big Trouble helmet.
You know what's funny is I was looking through messages with people, and I realized that Steve Chamberlain and I had messages between each other from 2018. Mm-hmm. You know, and the bike was in the process of being
done.
Yeah, and it's just funny how a couple of years later, spend a lot of time with Steve Chamberlain whenever there's stuff like this too. So.
Yeah, it happens really quick, man. You don't realize, like it's pretty insane to me because all the people that I've met in the last 4 years, sometimes in passing, and then next thing you know, a year later, next thing you know, that person's way more involved in part of your life than prior, right?
Yeah.
Maybe it was a like I liked your story on Instagram, and the next thing you know, like you're fucking sitting at a gas station together in the middle of fucking Florida. Like,
But, I mean, it comes down to one of those things where it's like one small little thing leads to so many different things.
Yeah.
You know, like realistically, if I would have met Kyle, I wouldn't be here right now. I
Yeah.
can tell you that. I mean, like, it's just weird, you know, having him help in
You wouldn't
Daytona in
even been
2019.
How's his dad?
Yeah, probably, right? Yeah. You're my dad.
Kyle said, let there be.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he can't be your.
He is, yes. I am
So you got two
technically-
kids now.
I'm technically old
You got my
enough-
machinist and
That's
and
my
now-
older son. He's
He's my brother, not my
Stepbrother.
machinist. He's not my machinist. He's my brother.
My brother.
yeah. Also,
You're
that-
young enough, so you don't have to dye your beard right now.
Not yet.
Right.
Well,
I got 3 gray hairs coming in like on this side right here.
I think I got 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know, just to clear that all up, I mean, we all make fun of Justin and everything about his beard, but just so everybody knows, he does indeed dye his fucking beard. He uses black fucking shoe polish to dye that thing.
Yeah. Yeah, you get you know, like when the the black dudes do it and they got like
And they got
hard
this,
lines.
They got this little like Monty came in and pinstriped.
Yeah.
It's super
Yeah.
lined out.
So
His are like that
who's
a
gonna
little bit.
roofie him at the camp out?
Dude,
We
I
can
don't know.
totally
I
do
feel
that.
like somebody should get drugged.
We got a
We'll
bunch
make
of shrooms
hey,
coming.
hey,
We have a lot of
we'll
money.
make
Maybe a lot of
sten-
fucking
we'll-
guys volunteering for that job out
We'll
there.
make a stencil. We'll just put it up to his face, just with some spray paint. Done deal.
What's that little thing that they got where you can like shave your beard right on the edge of it or some shit? Like you put it right here and then it just like you hit the thing.
have
They
no
got like
idea.
a shield or
Sounds like
something,
you'd see on TV.
or a Facebook ad.
Oh yeah, or an Instagram
I
ad.
saw some sideburn ones.
Yeah.
Night at the Roxbury.
You want some chops?
You ever seen Night at the Roxbury?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm just looking around
Classic.
at everybody. Every man in here has a beard.
Yeah, we're hiding.
How does
so
it
you
feel
fall out
to
of
have
beard.
How does it feel to have the worst beard in the room? That's pretty fucked up, right?
Are you serious, bro?
Yeah, I mean, it's you know what? You're finally getting it. It's finally coming in right. Yeah.
Did somebody like pop in real quick?
Oh, he's got a little fade out on the sides too.
You see that shit how it fades?
You need to let that fucker grow. Let it
No,
grow.
you know.
How does it feel where you can't grow a full beard?
It's the 25-year-old kid.
It's a little patchy, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, you know, you get to get a little look. Call Justin. He's got the hookup. He can get all this shit lined up for you, blackened in.
patched up? Are you serious? Do you see this
It's
magnificent
bro,
growth?
It's patchy, bro. Well, you don't act shocked. It's
Maybe
patchy.
patchy with color.
Is it as good as either one of these kids' beards?
They're just scraggly, dude.
No, he's
Mine's- I need-
spending time on that. Not like that kind of time.
Dude, I don't
spend-
spend any time.
Oh, he's a liar.
You know,
I have.
Mine
what,
just
what kind of time do I spend on my beard? What do I do?
lean forward. Trust me.
That's my hair.
I know what it is. I know what I'm gonna wear.
Is it soft?
There's work on that. No, it's hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, product.
Dude,
Just a little
my
bit.
wife,
Right.
my wife just faded
Up-
me out.
up here?
I like the
The
fade.
fade job is good, and she's patching it in. And you know you got a badass motherfucker when she's patching in for you. There's
Yeah,
like it's
okay.
not doesn't grow good here, so then she lets that grow a little longer. But this grows like a motherfucker, so she patches it in. She makes it all look nice and
it's-
flush.
Fuck, where would I be
But
without
if you
her?
just grow, nowhere. But you wouldn't. But you should just let it go.
You'd probably be like a painter at like a
Brush master
or
or
something
something.
Earl
like that.
Shaw's or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I don't know, man. I'm actually at a point now where I don't want a beard anymore because all you queers have beards. So I want it. I
had this motherfucker
hey,
when you were
let's
like
shave
fucking-
you.
You're gonna shave it all.
I
off
don't wanna
like
shave
Yeah,
Jay?
it.
go ahead and shave it. Yeah,
Let's
tough
do it.
guy.
Let's do it at the camp out.
I don't want to do
Fuck the
that.
camp out. Let's do it.
I got to do
Okay.
fucking video podcasts, dude. I can't get rid of
you-
this.
Let's just.
Hey,
It's the only thing
hey,
hiding my
dude,
fucking
hey,
fat.
I got
It
the
looks-
roach coach
it does
parked out
look
here. I got
actually-
some. I got a
this looks
razor.
good, except for that little patch.
Yeah, dude, I got a razor in the
Justin,
roach
if you
coach.
could bring your dye to the camp out, so we can help. out.
Please, thank you. Is this going to be live by
Dude,
the camp out so they can listen to it?
It's
on
live
there?
right now. People are watching right
on
now.
Oh, are we
YouTube.
getting comments and stuff?
Yeah.
Anybody
like-
say anything nice?
Is he still high?
Yeah, a little bit.
You hadn't said much over there. You usually a little more animated. Here.
Here, you could
It's
probably
your fault, man.
You could
Here,
probably
let me help you out.
Let me- yeah.
you could probably stream the comments to Mark's phone because his text message font is about this
Dude.
fucking
I
big.
will show it. I will show it to them, and so they can laugh.
Put it on the video right there.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me find
Like a clean text. You want me to text you?
And
I'll use ours.
women still bang you with that, huh?
I'm
like we'll be sitting across the table and I'll see him like.
And he has to
all
put
right,
it away.
Y'all think
Is the camera right above you? Put it in the
It
camera.
is now.
No, that says yeah.
A little bit closer.
Are we talking about our drunk conversation from last night?
Right there.
See how big his words are?
Look at that. Is that big?
Dude.
Yeah,
That's
put
what she
put it
said.
Back there.
No,
I feel like that's a reading thing, like where like you read the line
what
and
do
you
our
keep getting
messages
smaller.
say?
I don't want to fucking
Yeah.
Here.
Send nudes.
No, I got fucking hammered last night
Uh-huh.
at the Golden Nugget,
Good.
and
So read us some comments.
I don't know. We had
Do what?
Read us
probably. Hey, what do we do? Like 10 shots of Jameson on the balcony when we were passing back and forth, and
I
then
don't
you got me
count. I
going.
don't count 'em. I just
no,
fucking drink
I mean,
'em.
I
I don't-
didn't either, but
It's not a game.
My 8?
Yeah, right. I'm a grown fucking man.
well, then this fucker orders some like fancy wine when we go out to eat, dude. I was like I said, I was
Told him it was gonna get him.
Yeah, it got me. That's for sure. Yeah.
And fuck with that wine.
What wine did you get?
It's called cherry pie. Yeah.
That don't sound like expensive wine. That sounds like a shitty stripper from fucking
was
Florida.
It expensive? I don't know.
I think it was $120
For a glass or a bottle?
Yeah.
In wine standards,
And we
that's
got
fucking,
2 bottles?
That's fucking millions of dollars. You go to
I
fucking
drank
get
a couple bottles of it.
Well, he tried to talk me into ordering a $170 steak, and then they came back
Because
and
he'd
they're like,
never had one. I thought it'd be a
Yeah.
great experience.
We're at the Golden Nugget.
Yeah.
Is it good?
Yeah, it was fucking. They had
Yeah,
this
well,
blue
so they came
cheese
back and they're
butter.
like, well, we don't have that steak. So then he's like, well, he'll take the second one down. Basically, still came out on a freaking tomahawk bone, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm into that. I'll pay $200 for a
Fuck
steak.
yeah, for that one time. I've only ever had one tomahawk steak. They're just too big. There's like 40 ounces.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was. You want to say you did it, right?
Well, there's like those experiences of going to a
Right,
place
yeah.
like that. We have an expensive steakhouse in Waxahachie downtown. And when I say expensive, I mean it's not that expensive, right? It's like a $45 steak.
Oh, that's not.
But it's like
expensive,
a la carte type shit.
yeah,
right?
yeah, of
Yeah.
course.
But, you know, like...
What is it? What's it called?
Goddamn rednecks. It's called Prime 15.
That's what it's
or
called?
something, 115. Or
Oh,
something.
okay.
What, the steak?
No, the goddamn
Goddamn
rednecks.
No, the steakhouse is that. I think the best steak, you know, like there was this like there was this thing that was like rolling around, like everybody was, you know, it was funny for a while because I don't give a shit. I'll eat a steak however way. If it comes out overdone, I'll eat it still. Like A1, I just need a spoon for it basically, and steak can be that. But when I started cooking my own
I thought
steaks,
you liked well done steak, right?
I didn't care whether it was well done or not. But I do
When I
prefer.
was a kid, I liked well done
Yeah.
steaks, and then as I got older, I don't mind like a medium, but I'm not eating a fucking rare steak. I'm not doing it.
I'm not into rare steaks either, but I love medium is my go-to.
Yeah.
But usually
thinking
when I go to a restaurant that a motherfucker's really cooking a steak, I'm like, yo, I'm not doing that shit.
I mean, you just been a complete fucking.
You
pussy, dog.
guys
we're trying to do
break
drugs
the
and
law.
drinking here, and you're fucking it all.
I
up
gotta
for
ride a
everybody.
bike, and I only smoke out of pipes, motherfucker.
I'm gonna remember that you said that.
So
I'm good. Thanks.
I don't need any more.
I mean, what the fuck,
dude,
what the fuck?
Are you gonna ride to the bike night?
no, he's gonna ride in the
Do
Uber.
whatever I like. That's what I do.
I think we
Do
got
what
a
I
rental
want,
car now
when I want.
and a driver.
But what was I saying? Like when I go to a nice restaurant that makes like above chain restaurant steaks,
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, you're the chef. You cook this motherfucker the way you think it's the best. If it comes out medium rare or rare, hey, I'm trusting you, motherfucker.
See, medium
Well,
rare.
they'll
it's
always
like-
tell you medium rare is the best way to go.
Yeah.
I agree.
I mean,
I can do medium rare. I really can.
I
what I
can,
do.
but you know, sometimes you get in the middle of it. It's a little much. I
little
like
red.
it. You know,
It's a little salmony.
yeah, it's still a little raw for me, but I would never. I mean,
But
at,
it's better
at my
than-
house, I don't make one well done.
Yeah, but at the
so
same-
I would
if-
never
if-
buy one in a restaurant and melt well
My
done.
my argument from day one has been this. At Applebee's, bro, are you gonna order a fucking rare steak? Like
I don't
that,
eat. I'm
that
gonna go to
motherfucker's
Applebee's. Fucking
been.
eat at Applebee's.
All right.
and let me tell you why. Not
Because they
they're-
don't cook their
no,
food over.
because one Friday I took a bunch of people there and we ate, and I had some skillet, and I started eating. And I got some in my mouth. I wouldn't chew up. The skillet was good, and I pulled this fucking thing out of my mouth, and it was a burnt piece of saran wrap, and it had a sticker on it that said Wednesday. It was fucking Friday. Never ate there again.
How'd you unravel that whole thing?
It was just like one little burnt fucking piece of plastic. I was so fucking pissed off. So pissed.
You had some bad karma coming your way, buddy.
Yeah, I've done a lot of bad shit.
Bad trouble. But no, I mean, at the same time, like, if you go, you know, if your area of town is Chili's and Applebee's, and that's where you're getting steaks made for you, bro, I would go medium.
You know what? I gotta fucking agree with that.
I never thought about it that
Yeah,
way. I always think about it that they overcook my steak. So I go medium rare. If it comes out like medium rare, medium, I'm good. But if it's medium well, yeah.
We had me and my wife, you know, Saltgrass is a steakhouse around here.
Is that what we ate last night?
Saltgrass?
No, they don't have fucking $100 steaks. So Saltgrass is it's decent, right? But it's above like the Applebee's thing. So it's like that next tier, right? And I went
Definitely
and got.
not.
I feel like Texas Roadhouse would be
Texas Roadhouse is fucking good.
Hey,
I had
good
the
steaks
best.
at Texas
I'm gonna be
Roadhouse.
honest
I
with
don't
you.
give a fuck.
I was just telling you about my boy in NorCal. We went to Texas Roadhouse in NorCal, and we were just kind of catching up, and we just both ordered the same steak, and absolutely the best steak I've ever had in my fucking life. I don't even know if it was medium or medium well,
right?
But it was cooked
just
in a
had to eat
way that was just fucking perfect. And I'm like, dude, I could eat 5 more of these.
So
right
we
now.
had these steaks last night that had a blue cheese bacon butter on the top of it, and
I'm about to go out in the Roach Coach and warm up my.
and you could
leftovers and
literally eat a spoonful of it. It was that fucking good.
Damn.
So good.
I'm
So
into that.
You could even taste it when you're throwing up in the morning.
I didn't throw up in the morning. I'm a man, grown man. Don't do that. What's up with the cold snacks? Are we out?
No, we got more, but we also where we at?
We got to go. Let's do
2
it.
hours almost. We got 15 minutes.
Let's do 2 hours to get 15 minutes. You want to grab a couple more, and then let's go one more cold snack per person. Then we're gonna wrap this bitch up
I'm
and
good
go to
with
bike
that.
night.
I'm good.
What he said he got.
Thanks, bud.
Don't rush or anything. You can keep walking slow. Like
All right, so let me interview you. What's new with you? Like, what do you got going on?
yeah. So we
You know, like,
we read some
we're-
things.
You know what? We're gonna
You read some
reverse this
things?
We
thing.
hear some things.
What do you hear?
Things.
Well, I mean, you read the things.
You know,
hear some
read
things.
the
He
script.
read them
I don't want to
things.
bring. I would rather, yeah.
I feel like you're making shit up.
I'm
No,
not. Let's talk about your little.
We're gonna talk about you now.
Let's talk about your position as the. Fuck it, I have to pull it up to. We were looking at it, right?
What position? Oh, of like the photographer thing?
Of Torque.
In the magazine?
Yeah, let's talk
Torque
about
magazine.
See,
Torque
I
a
don't
bit.
even know anything about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you shouldn't.
I
Because
am.
the first rule of fucking Torque magazine is
Well, I
you
mean,
don't
it's
talk
on
about
fucking
Torque magazine.
Torque magazine?
It's on Instagram.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
By the way,
See-
I just watched that movie because of him.
Oh,
Fight Club? Yeah.
Thanks, bud.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
So, Torque magazine. So Natalie, you guys just met Natalie. She was here earlier.
Yeah.
Oh, that's hey. By the way, that's her name, Natalie.
Natalie and Aaron.
Aaron.
Yeah, and which I've talked to many times at different.
So-
Both were super nice people. And they got
Jason,
cool gloves.
you met Jason from the Speed Metal build.
yeah.
Cycle
Yeah,
Stop
friends with
USA.
Jason. Yeah.
He's had a relationship with Cycle Source for quite a while now, and he's been a contributor to like the Horse magazine. And he reached out to myself and a couple other people and wanted to do a magazine for the performance Harley Davidson scene.
Right.
And it's just been an ongoing process of like conversations, and we're still working out tons and tons of details about how to do it and what to do, because it's not just like a magazine. It's obviously going to be a magazine and an online presence and other forms of getting information out. And the thing that's awesome about it, and I was talking with him about it, that like as like I think director of photography, I don't know what that means.
Yeah.
Right? I don't really know what that means, but I feel like what it means is that I'm trying to hold a standard to the photography that's going to be in the magazine. Whether some of that's done for myself or guys like him.
Right.
It's about curating great photography to show the magazine viewers these type of bikes through a better lens than just an iPhone. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right.
And it's I don't feel qualified for it, to be honest with you. I feel like
I don't know, man. Like I said, I probably had. I mean, let's be honest. We were fucking around earlier, but let's be honest. I had 1,000 followers until you started taking pictures of the bike, and then.
but the not to nerd out on photography real quick.
How
but
much did
you take great
Wait a
pictures.
second. How much did you pay for the Instagram sponsorship?
I think it was like $15 or $20.
It wasn't that
A
much.
day? Or
Yeah. I threw
For 100
yeah.
days.
No, I went. So I went all in. Whatever I paid, I went all in for one day instead, as opposed to several
Okay.
days. Is that what you're doing now?
I was just looking to see how many followers you had.
How many do I have?
3,347.
3,600.
Dude,
I'm at 3,890.
you need a skill.
I got
No.
plenty.
I've been working on this for like years.
I'm almost at 1,000.
So
And you have 94.
we'll give you some shout outs.
But here's the thing. He's got 94 posts.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. If you go through that, it makes it different.
Yeah. I only have 303 posts.
But I have 94.
Yeah.
So my
Less
biggest
than
thing
100.
with this whole magazine deal, and the thing that's like, it's hard to articulate because
You don't have to trick me into buying a magazine. I'm fucking.
I want
50.
people to, but I want people that
know
are
what I
gonna.
mean?
I want it to mean something to be in it. Does that make sense? I want it to mean something that your bike was chosen to become a feature in this magazine, or your event was chosen to be featured in this magazine. But the other thing is I think that because we've had like a lack of magazines for the last couple of years,
Yeah.
the chopper scene has had plenty, and there's lots of photography, great work, but for our sect of the motorcycle industry that may not understand the real power of photography, you're used to seeing a great photo on your phone.
Yeah.
But there is something different when it's something you
Hey,
hold in your hand.
right.
I need to interrupt you for a second. We got Daniel, Mr. Performance Baggers, listening in because he told me to put my phone down.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, he also says, my son and my dad on the same podcast.
That's
Pretty
cute.
cool. You know you're old when you're the
Yeah,
dad.
Daniel's not too far off from you.
Yeah. I'm a little ahead of him.
Yeah, but
Yeah, but Daniel's aging very well.
I wouldn't go that far. He's got.
Dude,
he's
come
never
on.
seen-
Daniel's a dapper motherfucker.
come on.
dude.
He's a
Dude,
he's a great fucking
his
guy.
hair is the color of that light switch cover over there. It's
Yeah, but he
pure
fucking
white.
does it. He pulls it off, dude. He holds his shit
Must be
together.
something about Canada.
I can tell you this. This is the best thing about it. He doesn't give a fuck what you think or I think about how he looks, and that's what I love about Danny. One of the
So you
things.
think? I
You're
don't know.
right. You're
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know Kyle always says he wears really skinny jeans, but I'm into that.
These are skinny jeans. Yeah. Is that why you like me?
Are those skinny jeans?
They are skinny
I wear
jeans.
skinny jeans.
Do you wear skinny jeans?
Do you wear
I
skinny
wear
jeans?
tapered jeans.
You can't.
That's
wear
I feel like that's like Texas
You can't
Cowboys
do-
type stuff.
No, I'm a man.
Be a
Grow
man.
up.
I don't wear fucking skinny jeans.
I don't
What are
either.
those? Bullshit. Those are skinny
These are
jeans.
fucking pants. These are old man
Dude,
pants.
okay,
These
those things are
They're called dungarees. You
Your
don't even know
pants.
anything about them.
Your pants are
Lee-
tighter than how expensive
Lee
are those?
dungarees.
How expensive are those? How expensive are those?
I don't know. They're just
Give me-
jeans.
Dude,
Well,
that's
how
the
much
most
are they?
big wool bagger
$59.
conversation I've ever heard of.
Huh?
$59.
I don't even have jeans on. First of all, I already called
They
them
look like
dungarees.
jeans.
They're not jeans. Feel
But
them.
it sounds fancy. Whatever you call them.
Touch the inner
Okay,
part of his
hold on.
thigh and figure out what it is.
That's like
Dude,
it's almost like
that's how
valid.
You
pornos
just
start,
got-
bro.
You just got hard a little bit, didn't you? No, these are just regular dungarees, regular pants.
You like my plaid pants?
I was
Oh,
gonna fuck
shit.
with you about those earlier, but I was
But
gonna.
you forgot.
I did. I totally forgot.
Yeah.
All right, so
Where you could when you got off your shift at Applebee's,
shift.
you just came right into work, right?
Yeah, I just like figured out. No, these were on sale at Levi's.
He wears those every
What?
bike night.
Yeah, these are my bike night pants.
Yeah, bro.
so it's kind of like wearing a
Not
Dixon.
great. It's
but,
not great.
So I don't wear Dixons.
yeah.
You were gonna
Well, but
look
you
at me
still
and
wear
make
plaid.
judgment, but
Huh?
I don't have a Dixon
that's
on.
fine.
No, I wear Levi's because I don't have the luxury of knowing the person that owns it.
Levi's is the only brand that makes a husky size.
For what?
Jace needs a husky
For pants or shirts?
for a pant.
It's like cock girth,
Okay.
Oh yeah.
but for me, it's balls.
Yeah, I'm all balls.
All balls,
it's all
yeah.
balls. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you know where this conversation is going to go? Let's go. You guys are gonna
pull
go
them out.
try- you know, go kick in
Balls, just balls.
Yeah, like no, it's all balls here.
I could do it on. Yeah, I could if I had a little raft. If I could set sail if I pulled.
Dude, we should get like a scale and like weigh balls in this bitch.
Look,
dude.
you know, you're getting old when you sit down on the toilet and you dip your balls in the fucking toilet from sitting down. See,
No, that's
Dude.
no.
yeah.
Just make
Like,
like
don't
the-
even
talking
fuck.
about-
So let's don't have a ball contest. 'Cause
Make like
Well,
the whole
I didn't.
table.
I think girth and balls, not length and balls.
We'll just make the whole table a scale.
I mean, you're talking like, you know, I'm thinking 40 waist. You're thinking fucking 29 length.
40 waist.
And then you're probably gonna end up having like a
What
little
size
like
waist do you have?
34.
I'm 38.
You're not a fucking 38.
Motherfucker, I'll pull my pants off right now.
It doesn't mean that you don't have the one fucking
Hey, when's baby
ridiculous
due?
fucked up
Chase is gonna show
cuts
ass.
from the outlet where you got those fucking chef pants.
Oh shit!
He bought them because they were size 38s and they fit him. That's what
Probably.
he did.
This is called swag, dude.
I like, dude.
Have
You're
you
right.
heard of it?
You're right.
Do you even listen to rap?
I don't. What else does Danny say? Danny say anything else?
He sent me a
Danny.
heart.
He hasn't said anything else.
You don't.
I got
text me.
nothing. Yeah.
Well, I'm his son, so
Yeah.
my dad's in Canada.
Who else is on there? Anybody we know? Any comments? Any good comments?
Okay, mostly everyone's asking about cold snacks. And,
That's so much more important.
Makes sense.
I'm behind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get paid for that, dude.
It makes me think you should probably have a little nip of this.
I don't want any more
I'm
of
gonna
that.
have a nip, and then you're gonna have a nip, and we're not
No,
gonna talk. We're not gonna even
at
talk
the beginning of the
You think we could get Johnny Walker to sponsor this?
I can't afford Johnny Walker.
No, but he
I can't afford to give out Johnny Walker. If Johnny Walker gave me those bottles, I would sell them.
That's good. Yeah, I would too.
It's being real. Yeah.
Well, it's kind of like you've been selling all them cold snacks.
No, I haven't.
I'll tell you what. These are the first however many I've had. Is that all I've had?
Yeah. That's it.
So that's the first 4 I've had.
That's it.
They're pretty good.
Hey,
They're not. They're better than pretty good.
I've had them before.
Yeah.
Yeah. Last time I was here, but not on the podcast because I didn't drink on the podcast set. It was a lot more professional.
You know, the funniest thing, and I've talked about it before since after the podcast, is like me and Monty do the podcast, and it's kind of like his origin story, if you will.
Right.
And the funniest thing he said after, he goes, "It's pretty good. It got a little lame at one point, but it was pretty good." I was like, "It's your fucking story."
No, dude, I feel like, but here's the thing. Like, I felt, so backstory on that whole
Yeah.
deal. Okay, so I smoked a tree
Yeah.
at dude's place.
You
with
were
the
in a
Roach
bad
coach.
vibe,
I was in
yeah.
a bad mood.
Yeah.
He was
I
sick.
felt like I was sick. Yeah. So I probably had like COVID or something.
For
you know,
sure.
from
Like
Panama
that's
City.
you
Yeah.
have to have COVID to be in.
So
here.
my voice is all crackly. I felt sick, and then I go smoke a tree with that truck. I was like, dude, everything was just shitty.
Yeah.
So then I start off on this story, and I'm like talking about whatever, and then after that, I feel like we just completely went downhill. I was like, oh fuck. Yeah. But then I listened to it, and I was like, all right, like I didn't do too bad.
Yeah.
But now, okay, so you know that tree that I told you that I hit?
Yeah.
If it wasn't for that tree, I wouldn't be buying the house that I'm buying right now.
Hey, well,
Yeah.
you're welcome.
Yeah. So
You're such a dick.
no, I mean like but
Yeah.
it's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still a dick.
Like I mean, there's a story to it, but seriously.
So what? How'd you end up coming into that?
So okay.
That's what she said.
Oh, yeah, something like that, right?
That's a dad joke now.
That was a
All
pretty
right, so
solid one
I
though.
came here, went to dude's place. Is it Matt, right?
Matt
And-
Hazmat Designs.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I pulled in his driveway, hit the tree, took out the whole AC unit on the truck.
You should.
I left here, went to Galveston, and then after Galveston, my plan is I'm not gonna go back to Minnesota for the winter. So
Yeah.
I was gonna go to like South Carolina and just chill at a campground, just kind of do whatever. So I left there, or left Galveston, and I'm on my way, to like Myrtle Beach area. And I was like, all right, like I'm gonna try to find a campground. Look up the weather, and it's like 80, 90 degrees that whole week because I was going to
Yeah.
be home for I was going to be there for a week, and then I was going to go home, grab my truck, my daily driver, and then drive that back. So I was like, well, shit, I don't have an AC unit. And I'm like, all right, I'll try to find one. could not find one. Like there's just like the whole COVID thing. All of them were backordered like 2 months. It's like, all right, well, you know what? Fuck it. I have had like a couple good rallies. I'm just gonna get a hotel. So I get a hotel. Now, backtrack about 10 years ago, there was a guy that was, he had a big sign company out in North Carolina, and he was making these, like, pinstriper boxes, like, where you could put all your paint and everything else into and just carry it around. Lucky Strike's got one. I had one. And anyway, so dude sold his company. He retired, and he retired in North Myrtle Beach. So I'm sitting at this hotel. I park my truck. I get a message from this dude just randomly. I've talked to him on the phone, like, once or twice 10 years ago, and he's like, hey, what the hell are you doing? I'm like, what do you mean what the hell am I doing? He's like, well, I took a different way to my doctor's appointment this morning, and I drove by your truck in like the hotel parking lot right by my house, and he's like, you want to meet up and have a beer? And I'm like, oh, all right, like, sure, great, like, yeah, let's do it. So we go to this place that I've been to 20, 30 times, and it's like right on the water in Myrtle Beach. His house is right there. Like, I mean, you could see it's all lit up. So, like, I've seen his house so many times, and, like, I didn't know a dude lived there. He had, like, one of the biggest sign shops in the country. And, like, 60 employees, you know, just fucking, they were making the seals for the White House. So I'm talking to him, and he's like, yeah, man. He's like, I had a stroke and a heart attack. I'm kind of done pinstriping. He's like, I got all this stuff. You want to come over tomorrow? And, like, I just want to, you know, like, get rid of it. And I'm like, all right, yeah, sure. So dude, like, I'll pay you for it. He's like, I'll make you a package deal, which turns out to be, like, I go over there, and he's just handing me shit. Like, here, you know, here's a bunch of House of Color paint. Here's a bunch of this. Here's a bunch of that. Yeah. And then I'm just bullshitting with the dude. And he's like, yeah, he's like, I like to flip houses for fun. I'm like, really? And he's like, yeah. He's like, you know, I buy this and sell that, whatever. And I was like, well, if you find something with a big shop, let me know. He says, I got just the place. And so he tells me about this airplane hangar that he's got, that it was back in the early 90s. There used to be an airport in this area, and it was a private airport. Whoever sold it, or the dude that owned it sold it off. They put in an apartment complex and, like, basically just developed the whole land. And they tore down all the airplane hangars and left two of them. And this is one of the places. So it's a 3,000 square foot shop with a 2,600 square foot house upstairs and another 1,100 square foot, like, mother-in-law suite behind it. Nice. And he's like, I got renters in there right now. I'm tired of renting it out. I don't want to deal with it. And I was like, I'm interested. And he gave me a price I couldn't pass up. So long story short, if I didn't hit that tree, I wouldn't have got the hotel because I would have stayed at a campground. So I got the hotel, dude passed by, and the next thing I know is I'm buying a house or airplane hangar.
That's how all this shit works,
like, man. It's crazy. Yeah.
That's how it all works.
So something that started out where I was extremely pissed off about is, like, could be probably one of the best things that's ever happened to me. Like,
you're welcome.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks. I'll buy you a beer tonight. Yeah.
Well, on that note, dude, it's time to go to bike night.
Yeah, let's do it.
I'm ready. Hey, I'm glad to finally have you in the studio, buddy.
Man. Cheers, guys.
Big Trouble, Florida.
My man.
It's
get me out of jail tonight.
Big Trouble.
You are here too, right? You can get people out of jail here.
He's got people everywhere.
Where you need.
All right, so we're going hard tonight.
Yeah. Unlike he did.
He's got bail money.
I got bail money.
All right, thanks. Let's do it.
All right.